Don't know. Welcome to Combox. The game lives on. This time with Jared and Varun, who are here. Ruckshit, apparently, who's now on the broadcast with us. Hello, Ruckshit. Producer Ruckshit, look at him. Hey? I hope someone's going to clip that. That face of Ruckshit could change the world. His little cute face when he realized he was on the broadcast.
We
just had a bit of a production error. That's why we're running a little bit late here. He said
and Stark is running in.
Yeah, here comes Stark. It swings away. It's off
what
the
a
face
shot
of the bat from
well.
Priyansh. And is that six?
That is a
Why
6.
not?
So
Good
I think
start.
Delhi Punjab are going with the left arm seamer attack today.
I love the idea, though, at the end of that ball, like Stark looked out at the footmarks. Like, I get it. He does that a lot. Like, it's a thing that he does, but I'm not sure it was the footmarks there that caused the problem. Beautiful hit.
So good,
Kind
isn't
of
he?
Jay Surya-esque, that one.
What's another lofted cover driver?
I wouldn't say that was a cover drive. I think that was over point, wasn't it?
Yeah. All of those are the same to me. I'm very bad with that.
This one's pushed out into the covers for no run. Yeah, he could hit the ball sort of over point, maybe forward point, not quite all the way to cover, and then obviously all the way around to third. It's one of the reasons it was actually quite hard to set that field for him because he could actually hit the boundaries in multiple different areas.
I think
so it wasn't like
whenever
you put one fielder out.
I think any highlights I've seen of Sanath, he gives me more head vibes than Arya vibes.
Yes, I'm just saying that particular shot. If you look at the face, that's not the way that Head would have played that shot. That's more like Sanath would have played it.
That makes sense.
Good full ball, beautifully timed by Arya, but straight to short mid wicket, and there's no run.
Delhi have also gone double finishing anchor Jared. They clearly not learned the lesson.
I just want to point out all the different ruck shit messages we've had in the first couple of seconds there. The most popular part of our show is the man who didn't mean to be on.
Of course.
So, 6... Fascinating start to the game, actually. I haven't even looked at the 11s yet. Anything fun?
Yeah, I think Delhi have like 5 changes.
Oh, that's fun. Short edge, maybe?
Oh, that is an edge, I think.
No.
Oh, never mind.
It's
Wides.
given wides.
I like it though. That's good plans versus Arya.
It's gone over the top. So it's 5 runs. And he didn't look comfortable against it.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look where that actually went.
So Aurora Karthik is asking us, are Delhi so bad due to the GSW and GMR split ownership?
Could I just say too, I want to see that from side on. It looked like he missed that by a foot.
I don't know what was happening there. Was he late to it?
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, they got 11 runs off 3 balls now. This is up in the air. This could be caught. It's gone very, very high. Oh, just over the road. I think it was Stubbs there. Over the road, over the rope. Is it? No, it might be Miller. No, it is Stubbs. I was right.
No, it is Stubbs, yeah.
It went so high and probably should have been, well, not like probably could have been caught, but it was just on the wrong side of the rope. It was almost a straight bat flick. It's a fascinating shot. And he just hit it straight up in the air. And I think most of Delhi fans would have thought that was going to be out. And it is.
That basically hit it near the handle, right?
Yeah, he just got his hand on it, but there's no way he would have been able to keep it in anyway.
No, I'm talking about Priyansh. I think that ball basically hit it just below the handle.
Yeah. Swing. And this one's hit out to third, but just for a single. Where are we now? Are DC so bad? Yeah, so you read that one out. No, I think part of the reason they've been so bad this year is because of there's a bit of a fracture in their thinking. And I don't think this has anything to do with the fracture in their ownership group. I think they had 2 anchors at the top, and then they have 2 finishing anchors in the middle, and that's causing them problems with their batting. They've also been pretty collapsy at times. Considering that they have 2 anchors opening the batting, they're not averaging that like that. They're not averaging Gujarat type runs, are they? Right? And their bowling's been fine. As this is punched through the covers by
Oh,
Prab.
shot.
Probably
Yeah,
the wrong
Prabharia's
length there.
Prabhariang again. 22 of the first over.
Yeah, crazy first over. Yeah, so I would say as well that there is an element of I just think they got the team structure wrong, but I think form has probably played a big part in this as well. I'm trying to see if I can find their form here. I was looking this up the other day.
Their ownership structure is because they do 2 years on, 2 years off, which doesn't make any sense. Like if you
It
at least
doesn't
said
make any
retention
sense, but-
cycle to retention cycle, I can understand the logic.
Yeah, I don't think that is you're right, 100%. But I also don't think that's the reason that they have. I think they've gone in with a theory that is wrong when it comes to their batting, and on top of that, they haven't got any form.
Yeah,
right.
So you mean by getting the theory wrong, they have no theory?
Well, no, I think they have a theory. It's just a shit theory, right? Okay, so as I said, if you have the two anchors at the top, you are assuming that you're going to get big amount of runs out of your top order, and they haven't really done that. Partly because Nasanka hasn't worked. This is beautiful bowling by Akib. It just beats the bat. So if you look at their batting, KL's been fantastic. Who's their second best batter? It might even be Nasanka.
Unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say it, it might actually still be Stubbs.
43 with a strike rate of 134.
Yeah.
If that's your second best batter.
No, it's probably Nitish, isn't it?
What's Nitesh? Nitesh is averaging 25, 151. It feels like he's doing better, but you know what I mean? We're plucking at straws of your second best player. So if you look at that lineup, as this has gone up in the air, I can't imagine there's going to be a fielder out there, though. It goes very, very high, and that looked like it went for 6 again, did it?
Also, because they have Akib, Nabi, and Stark, that I'm assuming that means they can't bowl Akshar in the power play, which is what we keep saying they should do.
So yeah, so you look at all this, and like Akshar Patel's averaging 6 this year, right? Nagam is averaging 15. Nitesh is averaging 25. Is that Ashutosh is averaging 27. So that's not too bad actually, but not from many innings, because they're not even playing him, right? They've just got a lot of guys not really making a lot of runs, and then you come to their bowling. Their bowling's been absolutely fine, except for the fact they never take any wickets. So if you're not making lots of runs fast, which they're not, and you're not taking any wickets, there's an issue there, right? So the best bowler on average is Akshar, who has an average of 29, right? Like, what would CSK be? CSK would have what, 4 bowlers under 29?
Yeah, they had a fair amount of them.
Probably losing Ngidi didn't help either. Kuldeep's form has been bad. Mukesh Kumar's been really bad. Nagam is almost unbowlable now.
Yeah.
Akib in again. Beautiful delivery. He's bowled 2 beautiful deliveries and one that got whacked.
It's good stuff.
So there's a lot going on here.
It's going to do 6. Oh, no, my no ball.
You what?
It's a no ball.
Oh, God. All right. Well, they're 29 without loss after 8 balls, and they've got a free hit. That's what they need.
Yeah, this is the issue sometimes with no audio, because we're not listening anytime we miss these things.
Oh, I'm not sure that was a no ball, by the way.
Oh, wait.
I'd like to see that again. That looked like there was a little bit behind the... Let me just see if I can see it on the other bigger... I was looking at it on the small screen. Let me look if I look on the bigger screen.
The fuck's sake. I hate that we can't rewind on this.
Oh, I'm not sure I would have given that as a no ball. And this is hit very, very... Everything's high. We're in altitude here, and everything's being hit straight up in the air.
Oh, my God.
I think he just let it bounce, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because
I don't blame him.
Yeah. I mean, he probably could have just caught it. But Either way, that went very, very high. And they picked up a couple, I'm assuming there. We got the scorecard up yet? No. Does he leave it? Yeah.
I think he's just following.
Controlled landing. I call that a controlled landing. He was going to catch it, though, until the last minute. Akib in again. And this is defended on the offside. Oh, I thought there was going to be a run out there because they both didn't move at the same time. Andy says, rank the Aussie cartel in T20s at the moment. I would have Hazelwood, Cummins, and Stark, which is the complete opposite order I would have had maybe 3 years ago. James Pattinson.
James Pattinson is a good show.
He was part of it many a day back. Still has a really good test record, doesn't he? Just doesn't play.
Yeah.
So just to get back to Delhi, I think me and Varun will both probably agree that there's lots of functional problems with their lineup, right? But when it comes down to it, if only one of your batters can... for
fuck's sake. Misfield.
Yeah, sorry. If only one of your batters can average over 40 at a strike rate of more than 150, and only one of your bowlers can average under 30, and it's 29.1, you're not going to win any games no matter what your structure is, right? I've been waiting for them to find form all year, these guys, and they just haven't. Kartik says, can you explain Overton's efficacy? Efficacy, yeah. This season. Is he actually good? Funny he's become a beloved hero at the world's most popular T20 franchise. Akib it again. Beautiful ball. Jeez, he's bowled some beautiful deliveries here. And he's still going for, what, about 12 in that over? Welcome to Punjab. Look, I mean, what Overton does, there aren't many cricketers in the world. So we're gonna have some grandstanding early here. What Overton does with the bat, Varun, is what people think other players do with the bat. People think Marco Janssen is Overton. People think Corbin Bosch is, or George Linda. Don't know. I'm just picking South Africans. There must be some other guys in there, but there's a bunch of guys, right? Shardul Thakur, right? Where people think. We looked up the numbers, right? He's really strong in T20 batting, coming down the order consistently. Lungi and Geedy replacing Stark here. They've got a slip in place still. And this is hit into the crowd. Pull shot. Lovely clip.
Again, like just bowl Akshar Patel, lads. Come on. I want to see some spin.
I'm going to have to try something very, very soon here.
So Singer is saying Marco is a good ODI all-rounder. Has he even made runs in ODI cricket?
I mean, Marco will be a good player in all formats. He's just young and still working out what he's doing.
25-1-1-2. I don't mind that.
But Jamie Overton at his best, and he's maybe not quite at his best anymore with the bat. But Jamie Overton at his best, you're looking at what? I'll bring it up in a second. Is this one's hit over the offside? 4-6.
What a shot that is.
Wow.
He's back.
Good. Now I can record the video about him. If you look at Jamie Overton at his best, and remember, he's always injured, so a lot of this is just hoping he's fit. But there's a period of time where he averages about 24 in T20 cricket with a strike rate of about 165, 170 for 3 years, right? These other guys aren't doing that, right?
No.
We know also, that he's genuine. So I would say he's a genuine number 7 hitter, where some of these other guys, it's a stretch and you're hoping it works. And also you can hold him back, right? He doesn't need to come in early because, you just hold him back a little bit further. So he has a clear role definition with his batting. Yeah. His bowling's a lot more complicated, I would say. How would you rate him as a bowler?
I've liked him this season. I think he's done well. Every time I've seen him bowl, he's bowled well. So,
lovely slow ball.
Good stuff.
Coming around the wicket now. So his bowling is a lot more confusing. Last year, he averaged 26 with the ball at 9.45 runs and over. Right? He's had a lot of years where he has genuinely struggled with the ball.
Oh, should we do our favorite graph for him?
Yeah. We'll bring that up in a bit. His would be fascinating, right? It should be a lot shorter than everyone else's. So, the point being is that his bowling's a bit more complicated. But at his best, if he's not used as a fifth bowler and he has a wicket with any bounce in it, he's really good. He also doesn't get flustered, right?
Yeah.
He's just going to keep doing, like I would say sometimes, as this is hit on the offside, just over, back point for 4.
God, that's good.
But his bowling is, let's have a look at what we've got here. Yeah, there are whole years where he can't bowl because he's injured, right? And so his bowling is, when he's fully fit, he bowls at about 90 miles an hour and he's really strong and he hits the pitch. As long as the pitch and the opposition are not happy with those two things, he's really, really good at what he does. Unfortunately, that's all he does. He's not particularly good at Yorkers. He's not particularly good at slow balls, right? So it has to be that situation. This year, he's had so many wickets that have suited him.
There we go.
Geedy comes in, and this one is pushed on the offside. I'll take one. Oh, I like this. This is all game through, I'm assuming, for...
Yeah, this is all phases, yeah.
So you can see here, there's almost no Yorkers, right? And it's almost everything is back of a length. He's not even really attacking the stumps, is he? He's attacking... He's what my dad would call an armpit bowler. Right?
Yeah. So
And
I'm
if
just
you
looking
face...
at I was just looking at the data, and his most common bowling length is back of the length.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see that in here, right? Like, it's essentially... He's got... There's this yellow spot, which is sort of over leg stump there. That's the armpit balls that we're really talking about, where it's kind of at you, just under your ribs, at your ribs sort of area. As Ngidi bowls a full slow ball. So his first over's gone for 18 as well. They are 51 without loss here. Crazy start. So yeah, he's basically bowling the same ball over and over again. So when Jamie Overton is fully fit and he has the conditions and the opposition, perfect. When Jamie Overton isn't fit, he's not... He usually, because he's such a big guy, he drops down in pace quite a bit. And he doesn't have the other options available to him to be able to beat anyone, right? And if he goes up against a bunch of people who don't mind 145 kilometers an hour back of a length at them, he's also going to get hammered, right? That's the problem. So that's when Jamie Overton has just been in a... Oh, are we getting kicked off our feed?
Fuck's sake.
So yeah, so that's the thing with Jamie Overton. And the other thing that, as we've said before, is because of the kind of cricketer he is, he quite often only impacts the game very, very late. So if your team's already getting shit on, and Overton comes in, even if he's doing okay, he probably won't change things all that much.
So on the broadcast, they're showing average swing. This is the sort of stuff that Himanish would hate.
Average swing?
No, not just average swing, because with swing you have to normalize it by length, right? Because otherwise
Yeah.
it's because fuller balls always swing more than good length balls, whereas good length is harder.
Also, I'd say in power plays at least. So they've done some of the normalizing.
Yeah. So Naveen is saying Janssen twins versus Overton twins. Why does one of the twin do better than the other in cricket? Isn't Craig Overton decent? Am I misremembering?
Craig Overton's a good cricketer. He's played 5-10 test matches, I would have thought. I can tell you the difference though, and it's actually very similar with both of these guys. I remember Neil Manthorpe. I said to Neil Manthorpe, is it Dwayne? Dwayne Janssen?
Dwan, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's pronounced Dwayne or Dwan.
Yeah.
I remember asking him about him, and he said he's very good, but he does everything. He does everything Marco Janssen does, but nowhere near at the level.
Oof.
Right? So he's not quite as fast. He's not quite as good with the bat. He doesn't swing the ball as much. Like, he could do all those things, but it's just a slight level down. And you look at Craig Overton. Craig Overton's a fascinating one. I'm not sure Craig Overton is that much worse of a batter than Jamie Overton. But the big difference I would have between the two of them is that I've never seen Craig Overton hit the ball off the square.
Mm.
So there's very little power with him. He's a very good defensive batter. Actually, having a look, his T20 strike rate's not too bad, but he's a very good defensive batter in when I've seen him play, who can occasionally, like, I shouldn't say he can't hit the ball off the square. For a man
To be
his
fair,
size.
Jared,
Oh, what a shot from Prob Sidran.
Oh,
Guided
so
that.
his
off the-
first class
off the bat.
batting strike rate is 65. In List A cricket, it's 114. In T20 cricket, it's 132.
Let me Akib has bowled another no ball here, by the way.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What I should say is, for someone of his size, so
Yes.
I would say Craig Overton reminds me of someone like Ryan Harris, where you look at them and go, wow, they must be able to hit sixes everywhere. And he doesn't. But he can hold a bat. He's got a decent forward defense on him and everything. But when you watch Craig Overton bowl, he is considered. Is that another? Oh God! I mean, that one was a no ball, but he's being done by millimeters here on these no balls. He comes in for the free hit.
Stream one back. Oh, it's a good ball.
Are we on stream one again?
No. I thought you were on stream one. Never mind. It's confusing.
Yeah, so Craig Overton is not as powerful and not as quick. And so what are the two things you need for T20 cricket?
Yeah, that's fair.
But Craig Overton in first class cricket, Varun, 500 wickets at 24. Batting average of 23 with 200s. Like, it's not a bad cricketer, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't quite, do anything at the test level, but not a bad cricketer at all.
Yeah. Also, that ball bounced, Jared.
Yeah,
the free hit ball.
This is the kind of day when you don't want to be Akib, do you? Because, like, being a new ball bowler, just it's like you have to bowl your second over now. Do I? What's Mitch doing? Can I? Why is he having a break?
They also have Mukesh Kumar, I believe, in the team.
Mukesh Kumar this year. Oh no, he's not at 2 runs a ball. I thought he was. He's only 11 runs and over, at an average of 56. Oh God, I forgot to mention the person who's actually had the worst year.
For Delhi.
Yeah. Well bowled, pushed out on the offside. They take a single. Who do you think's had their worst year?
Should be able to guess this. Akshar's been economical, but he's not taken wickets.
Yep. And hasn't made any runs. So he's been poor, but not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taken a wicket a game-ish.
Lungi's been really good
Lungi's
for
been
them.
good. Yep.
Stark's been okay, I think.
Stark's been fine. Not great, but fine.
Is it Nigam? Because he's barely bowls.
Natarajan.
Ah. Poor lad.
Do you know what his average is this year?
75.
71.
So close.
Close enough. Oh, another beautiful ball. Akib is bowled about 7, no, maybe not 7, 5 incredible deliveries in the spell, and he's gone for 19 runs.
To be fair, decent over regardless of the no ball.
Yeah. That's pitched on leg stump and missed off
that's
stump.
seamed. Oh, that has seamed.
Just bowl every ball like that. I don't know why bowlers don't do that more often.
So Aryan is asking us, what is back of the length exactly? Is it full, short, good length, or somewhere in between? So back of the length is 8 to 10 meters from the stumps. So good length is 6 to 8 meters from the stumps, and fuller length, depending on who you ask, is 4 to 6 meters. Is what I want to say.
It should be said that these things
2 to 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be said that these do change quite a bit depending on who's putting the graphic up.
Yes.
But
because on the IPO graphics, you'll often see 8 to 10 meters. They showed us short, which is dumb.
Back of a length is the shots you're playing cut shots or pull shots to. Is the best way of explaining it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a length ball, you're going to struggle to play either of those shots, but you can play a slash or a bit of a pickup pull shot. But you can drive those balls. You can't drive a ball that is back of a length. So if you think of, as we said before, that sort of ball that we were talking about from Jamie Overton, that sort of, I don't know what, lower rib cage through to armpit. Mm-hmm. That's generally when you're bowling a back of a length ball where you expect the ball to be. Maybe belly button through to everywhere else. Depends on the pitch and everything else. Mukesh Kumar's here.
Yeah. The other thing is, it's again like going back to the pitch conditions thing. If it's low bounce, the good length goes back. And if it's a green pitch, the good length goes forward, if it makes sense.
Yeah, because you get more sideways movement, means you can pitch it up more.
Exactly.
They're going at 14.75 runs and over.
Mukesh
Mukesh
Kumar
is here,
there.
and he's bowled a half volley outside off stump that's been hit for 6 over cover.
Jesus.
Not the ball he probably wanted to deliver on his run in.
Like, we all know what will happen, Jared. Akshar Patel will bowl at some point. Priyansh will try to slog in one straight to the fielder. I've seen the script. It's the same boring scripts again.
It's weird, isn't it? Because there is movement in the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, here we are at 65 without loss.
So Akib seemed the ball 2 degrees.
Oh, that's a good ball from Mukesh.
Yeah.
It was
not a mega road this.
No. It was a length ball outside off stump. And it just came back in. It could have just clipped the outside of off stump.
2, 3.
Yeah, it just didn't come back far enough,
4,
unfortunately, for him. Didn't carry that ball either. And I don't think it was a slower one.
So Akib, in his 2 over spell, he's bowled 8 balls that seemed over 1 degree.
That's incredible.
This is wild.
Comes in again here, Mukesh, and this is defended.
This is good, actually.
So Priyansh is 48 off 22. But the last 2 balls have been very, very good.
So Prithvi saying, should GG bring Bhuvi back, seeing as he's an all-rounder? Also, any other bowlers benefiting from impact player are similar to Bhuvi? He's not an all-rounder. He's a handy number 8, is the way I would put it.
Is he an all-rounder based on the 6 last night?
Honest, fair enough, I guess. That 6 was remarkable.
Any other player benefiting from the impact player era?
No,
because the other 2 that you would expect, or other 3 that, actually maybe early Jasper might have. Yorker on leg stump. Play down. So Sunil Narayan is still not getting attacked, right? Rashid Khan actually did get some more tap, didn't he? He didn't really handle it well at times in the previous seasons, and now seems to be slowly pulling himself back to peak form. Trying to think if there's any other bowlers. When was Harshal Patel's good seasons?
2021?
Yeah, so
2022?
The impact sub. Right?
Before I think what he means is...
I would go in Geedy as well.
No, but I think... Are they just good during the impact sub era, or did they benefit specifically from it? Because we know with Bhuvi, one of the reasons he's better is because they're attacking him more.
Yeah.
And that is because of the sub, right?
Yeah, but I would say in Geedy is the other one. The more you attack in Geedy... So what's in Geedy's record in one-day cricket?
30, I want to say.
So why do you think that is?
Not sure.
All right, let's have a look here. Yeah, 29, right? So the difference between the 2 is, in one-day cricket, you're not going hard at his slower balls.
Yeah.
You can milk him. And I've seen teams do it before. They just wait for it. As he comes down the wicket and edges this.
Oh.
Bad luck to Mukesh. He's bowled a beautiful over after getting hit for 6, and he's got an edge along the ground for 4 to finish it up. So he's gone for 11, but I reckon that's about 7 under par. Yeah, so I would say that Ngidi is someone who, and it's not just the impact sub specifically, because obviously he's been good, but the fact that people are attacking, going for bigger hits earlier, means that he's more in the game all the way through, right? When does he start getting good? You actually sent me a link before, didn't you?
So does Joe Garner...
Am I using the public link?
For what?
You sent me something. Is it Hugging Faces still?
Yeah, so you're talking about True Values, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, use the link I sent you for that. That's the same website, basically, but just a public link for it.
Okay. I need
So-
the bowler here.
So Taneem is asking, does Joe Garner's ODI bowling average get better? No, I think it gets slightly worse. It goes from 18 to like 19 something.
What a dud.
Pathetic. And Priyansh's got a 50.
He does. He's slowed down though. Doesn't count.
No. Morally unacceptable. Naveen Pairi saying, with all the rumors of Hardik leaving MI, which team would go for him? LSG. Technically, all of them. I was talking to Shayan about this. How many profiles like him exist in India?
Oh, another beautiful ball by Akib. This is the best spell of anyone going at 10 runs and over I've seen in quite some time.
He's bowled really well.
He's not quite going at 10 runs and over now. He's pulled it back a little bit, but let's have a look at Ngidi by years. To be fair, Ngidi's best year, and we're not just talking IPL here, I'm talking all cricket, it's probably still 2020. As this one is dropped out on the offside.
Again, a good ball, that.
Oh, actually, these numbers might not be updated. What year is this? Oh, wait, it's his batting. No wonder I'll take all that back. Let me look at his bowling. I have actually ticked on the bowling a little bit.
So Andy's asking us, how high is Urvil's ceiling? Ooh.
So the problem with Urvil and Matre, I think at the moment, is that what they're doing is kind of slogging, right? Yeah. And so what we have to work out is, are they just getting away with it because it's early on and people don't know what to do to them? Or is this just a thing that we have to get used to? But generally, over a long period of time, if you're swinging across the line, you're going to get bowled or hit a lot of balls straight up in the air, right? So it's very different to what Suryavanshi is doing, where he hits a lot of balls a lot cleaner, a lot straighter, picks the ball up a lot better. So the truth is, I don't know, right?
Like even Arya we see he plays a lot of lofted shots on the offside, right? He's not a slogger, is he?
No, I'd say Prab's probably a little bit more sluggy than him, isn't he?
Agreed.
Oh, another beautiful delivery.
Fuck me, this is a good spell.
This spell gets better the longer he bowls.
Yeah.
Now, good on him. Is this the best we've seen him bowl? Maybe not figures-wise, but in the IPL so far? Probably is, looking at his numbers.
Yeah, must be. Is MS Dhoni a slogger?
No.
I don't even know what Dhoni is.
Afridi was a slogger.
Oh, fuck me. That's good again.
Another incredible ball.
What an over this is.
He's gone for 2 runs in the last over of the power play against 2 guys whose asses are on fire trying to hit everything. And they can't do it because he's bowling so incredibly well. What a magnificent over there from Akib Nabi. Incredible seam movement, control. Even when he was getting hit before, he was doing this.
So laughing at nothing is saying Hardik would fit in KKR. He can be a captain too. As I was saying, he'd fit in every team. Because let's say if you're RCB, right? Let's say you don't give him captaincy. Would you not take even current Hardik over Romario?
Yes. There's issues though, isn't it? If you bring a player like that in, you have... He has expectations. So, there's always these theories of like, you should get all the biggest names in the world in your team at the same time. But it's like, yeah, but now what happens when they're no longer the biggest deal or they expect something? Does it upset the balance? Like RCB has a pretty good balance. So if you're asking me from a cricket perspective, yes, I think Hardik is a much better bowler than Romario and a much more flexible batter than Romario, right? Like, forget even talent, just flexibility. You can use him in multiple roles. Romario has a role, of which he hasn't done in the last couple of games, but has done a lot in his career. So yeah, I do think there is something to be said for that.
So Ramasubramaniam is saying, other than removing the impact sub, what are the other tweaks that can be done to even the contest between bats and ball? Like shortening power play? Absolutely not. Spicier pitches? Sure. We've talked about this, right? Increase the bowling limit for overs, reduce wicket resources for battering teams.
I don't get the idea. I don't really understand now why I have to watch. I can watch Virat Kohli for a whole innings, but I can't watch Jasprit Bumrah for a whole innings.
Exactly. I want to watch Bumrah bowl 10 overs on the trot.
Yeah. And also, I want him to be paid for, like someone who can do that every game, right?
Yeah.
You know, when Behrendorff and you'd have a team where you have like Behrendorff, Narine, I'm trying to think of someone else, and Overton in it, and suddenly you've got this really interesting structured bowling lineup, right? Of like different guys for different phases, which I probably like a lot more. So yeah, those are the things that I would say. What else do we have? I think if you go into a non-traditional batting stance, so whether that be for a scoop or a reverse sweep or anything like that, I think instantly the LBW laws should be changed so that both sides are off stump. I would probably look at that. What else?
I think that would improve, but I don't think the shots are played enough for there to be a drastic difference.
No, I think it changes you from being able to do it without thinking, though. Right? There's more of a risk involved.
Yeah, sorry. The other thing is increased fielding limit for death overs. I don't know, like middle overs, power play. I don't know, one of them.
Yeah, I actually. Here's why I'm a little bit perplexed by this. I think that T20 batters have been batting too slow, and all they're doing is reaching the limits that they should have been reaching anyway. So for me, I'm not sure I'm the right person to ask this question of, because I think the extra run and over that we finally found is what we should have found 10 or 15 years ago. And it's just that it took a little bit longer.
I think
back into this.
So we've said this
come on, pick the ball up.
Yeah, I think we said this before. So what happens is, because there is the impact sub era, Indian batters start attacking more with the cushion, and then they realize they're so good, they keep attacking regardless of it being there or not being there. That's what we're starting to see now.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm very different from that perspective than other people. I actually think there's other changes that are more interesting. I would bring I would have probably brought in the fielding restrictions in a different way. As I've always said, I don't know why we go from 2 to 5 and slow the game down just after it's getting really exciting when everyone's hitting 4s and 6s everywhere. But yeah, I don't think there's any reason to have a limit on the bowlers anymore. Why don't we start with that?
Yeah. So Absam is saying your 3 Indian paces for India in the Cricket World Cup 2027 are Arshdeep Singh, Jasprit Bumrah, and Harshit Rana, probably, for me.
Are they? Harshit Rana's not bad for.
I think he's the only one of them who could bat at 8. So I mean, I'd rather have him than Nitish.
No, but also he hits the wicket, so you probably do want someone like him in that team, don't you?
Also, all I keep hearing is Indian fans say Arshdeep is not good in ODI cricket. He's averaging 24. What do you want from the poor lad?
This is down the leg side and a wide. He took a big swing at that. I mean, Prashant Krishna is probably the other one, being in South Africa, that I would be more interested in. But his form this year hasn't been great.
I don't know how would you play him? That's my issue. The only way you could play him would be for Arshdeep, I want to say.
Yeah, you get Jasper and Harshit Rana to take the new ball, and then you bring him on.
I don't hate it, but I want left arm seam.
I just think in South Africa you want to hit the pitch more than anything, though, don't you? And Arshdeep doesn't really hit the pitch.
Yeah, but I'm
not against him being in the squad, but I think you've got 3 very interesting bowlers, and you can play around with form a little bit. Prince Yadav will be interesting as well in those conditions, I would have thought, but maybe not quite fast enough.
Yeah, maybe. So is Ayush saying, is Green and Pandya in the same team net positive? Yeah, sure.
It probably doesn't make as much sense in an impact sub era, though, does it?
No, yeah, maybe, but I don't mind
Ryan as well. Oh wait,
are
we talking about Mumbai or KKR?
I assume KKR.
Yeah, if you've got Narayan as well, that allows you to have you bat to 9 or 10 in every game, don't you? Things I didn't think I'd ever say. Mukesh Kumar has really dragged us back.
So Gagi is saying Aqib Nabi for test bowling and one day team. I don't know about one day team. Test team, he's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Based on what we've seen today, if you can do that with the white ball, generally you get more seam movement with a red ball.
Yeah, he was ridiculous in the latest Ranji season.
Yeah, his figures are. I actually think at times this year, like I almost want to see him in more situations to learn more about him as a bowler, but they've just used him with the new ball.
Yeah. So Ganded is saying, how do I sign up to exchange Pant for Hardik?
So we have Cooper Connolly due to come in next.
So the only issue with the test team is that then you'd be picking too many new ball bowlers. That's what I'm worried about. If you have Bumrah, Siraj, and who the hell?
Oh, this is up in the air. It's going to be close, and it's going to be caught. I think. Now, why did he then drag the ball on the ground afterwards?
Who was that? Aqib Nabi again. Can't escape him.
Why did he drag the ball on the ground though? More than he needed to. I think he's okay, but my God, they make me nervous when they do those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Good catch though. To be fair, it was high off the bat. He just tried to flick this around the corner. Really, didn't get much on it, and it sort of limped away. I mean, what are we even talking about here? They were after Mukesh's first ball that went for 6. So when was that? So they were 76. No, they were 65 after 25 balls. Does that sound right? 65 after 25 balls. And since then, they have scored 13 runs off 17 balls. Is that right?
Yeah. 4.1. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, 5.
I think I've got that right. I'm just trying to do it quickly off the top of my head.
Yeah. So yeah, that seems right.
Wow.
We did
say it wasn't the flat pitch. That just shows you what these two could do. Because I think if you're a casual fan, you're probably sitting there going, "Look, it's all weighted towards the batters again," and we're sitting there going, "This ball's deviating sideways."
So Upsum is asking us, Jaiswal or Rohit as Gill's partner for Cricket World Cup 2027? I don't know how much I trust Jaiswal in ODI cricket.
Oh, what a ball from Mukesh here.
Bloody hell.
He's bowled 2 fantastic overs. Started with a 6, and since then, he actually bowled a couple of wides in this over. He's ended up with 1 for 17. But he's not bowled 1 for 17 off 2 overs. He's bowled much better than that.
Yeah, so with Jaiswal, his strike rotation just bothers me a bit at times. But are you with me on that, Jared? I think you are, right?
Yeah, I think it's a bit like what we've talked about with Bethel, right? I think there's an element with his bowling where I'm not 100% batting, sorry, where I'm not 100. I was literally pressing a button that said bowling, where I'm not 100% when I'm watching him that he knows what his role is in limited overs cricket at the moment.
Yeah.
Someone asked this about yesterday about Jordan Cox compared to Jacob Bethel. I don't think Jordan Cox is a better player than Jacob Bethel, but I do think Jordan Cox knows exactly who he wants to be in limited overs cricket and is turning himself into that player and can play in multiple roles and everything else. And I think Bethel plays like a guy who's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I should be doing something.
Yeah.
Bethel either hits everything for 4 or everything for singles. There's no game to it. And I think Jaiswal could be a bit the same. Slashed up and just short.
Nabi's bowling out. Damn. Good stuff.
Nabi's bowling out.
Yeah.
Incredible. I love it. I think they'll go with Rohit anyway, though, won't they? Unless something hugely changes.
He has to have his test career level fall off for them to drop him.
Yeah.
So I used to think People easily scale up from Test to ODI on what is acceptable econ, but don't do the same for T20. Still hinging on six being good. Is it cause of clothing? Who thinks six is still just good in T20 cricket?
People easily scale up from Test ODI on what is acceptable econ. I mean, six would make you the best bowler in the world, wouldn't it?
Comfortably.
I mean, no, I would say most people. It's hard to answer this because I don't know who you hang out with. But I think if you hang out with people who like care about these sorts of things, I think most people now would say 8 to 8.5 and over would make you a pretty good bowler, right? Like we obviously look at true stats here, so I can't talk for everyone. But I think if you're going at about 8.5 and over, you're at the very least holding in. Depending on the league, maybe the IPL this year it might even be 9. But around the world, if you're going at 8 and over, you're considered to be a pretty good bowler.
Yeah.
So, and obviously, if you went at 8 and over in one day cricket, no one would think you're any good. As this is very well played by Shreyas, who opened the face and ran this way. So, no Cooper.
No Cooper.
Do you know what a Cooper is?
Do
you know what a Cooper is?
Police, I want to say. Was that a copper?
No, that's a copper. A Cooper is a person who makes coffins.
Oh.
And I only know this because I watch so many Westerns and they're always saying, fetch for the Cooper. I think it might be the second spaghetti Western where, the second of the Good, the Bad and the Ugly trilogy, of which I can't remember the name of right at the moment. A Few Dollars More, maybe, where he says, Cooper, 2 coffins. And then he looks around and he goes, maybe 3. It's one of the coolest lines.
So Gyanded is saying we need Rohit to survive the whole power play if he brings the intent merchant back. So finally, Gyanded, if you look at Rohit's record in the power play, he gets out less while he's attacking than he's not attacking. So high intent Rohit lasting the power play longer than low intent Rohit was. It's just that he kept getting out after the power play.
So Akib here, if he finishes off this spell with no wickets,
what an injustice that is.
We all need to storm.
This is the greatest 1 for 31 spell I've seen since Naseem in the 22 final.
That was good too, yeah. I'm trying to think. There must be others. There's been a bunch of... Actually, maybe there hasn't. I was going to say there'd probably be a bunch of like Rashid Khan or Sun on Orion, but when they bowl really well, they don't go for this many runs. It almost has to be a fast bowler, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of what Bumrah went for in the semis. 1 for 33. Nah, doesn't count.
No justice for the great man, as this is whacked out to point. It's only going to be a single, though.
What a spell that was.
He seemed 8 balls more than 1 degree. He bowled 1 ball that pitched outside leg stump that missed off stump. He got regular weird bounce as well, and I think he's the only guy we've seen on this pitch to be able to. Maybe Mukesh might have got 1. I don't remember Ngidi or Stark getting any weird. But I know actually Stark got the one that went for 4. But he's got regular good bounce off a good length. He's done lots of really, really good things all the way through.
Is this the pitch wickets. Marco gets 6 for or goes for none for 60?
Yeah, it could be. Well, seam and bounce for him could be hard to play, right?
So SPV 90 saying, I can't wait for Rabada versus Cummins mid-spring. So we saw that a bit in the WTC final, right? What was it? So Rabada takes a 5 for, then Cummins takes a 6 for in the first innings of both games. That was cinema. Bloody hell! Is everyone seeming it? And that was so slow for a 4 though.
Oh my god! KL's just let that go through his legs. That's bad keeping. It's not even. There's nothing you can say about that. It did dip on him a little bit, but he was too high, and I'm not sure he kept his eye on the ball, and it dribbled for 4. They have found very entertaining ways to continue the boundaries here. That's the not that the other one was KL's fault, but that's the second one that's just been bowled for 4. Good news though, if you Madhav, dot ball. And if I'm at mid off or mid on, that's all I'm telling him. So we just got a delay here. There's a little bit of moisture out there, and they've brought off a bunch of sawdust and just put it on the crease. So we did see that. We made fun of Mitchell Stark first ball, but there has been a little bit of slipping at times.
Oh my god!
Lovely guide down to third for one.
Can't tell if he's doing it intentionally or not.
Oh, that was intentionally.
This was intentionally, I think. So Raj Kiran is saying, would Arya Abhi be better than Arya Samson opening? That's a good question. It could work because Arya is much better versus pace than Abhishek is. And Abhishek is the best player of spin in the world. It matches up. But Sanju, again, with his attacking anchorness, he can bat deep at 200 if he's on. So
I think he's just more tested, and I trust him more at the moment. It's not so much anything else.
But we have 2 years till the next T20 World Cup, though. You can try Arya. And
yeah. You just try out as many different options, right? Madhav coming in again. Short. Good bouncer. Good pace. There's definite bounce and carry on this wicket. There's no doubt about that.
52 of 30 balls. Oof. He's only going at 10 and over, Jared.
Well, who is?
Priyansh.
It's pretty poor.
Yeah, pathetic.
I don't want to say he should be dropped, but...
So
it's Madhav Tiwari who is bowling. And this one is launched over the offside. Not brilliantly timed, but he'll get a 4 easy enough.
I think he's getting bored.
I don't think Tiwari's bowled before.
No, I think he's just come to debut. Yeah.
I was just looking at my notes. I don't have any notes about him at all, actually, now I look at it. So he played 1 game last year and he batted. So, I'm just trying to, there's nothing about him professionally here. So I don't know if he's a batting all-rounder or a bowling all-rounder. First couple of balls looked okay. That one was mistimed a little bit there. This one's short and hits him on the hip.
Even if they haven't dismissed him, they've kept him really quiet.
Yeah, but they kind of also let him get away, right? Like, as in, if this pitch is as bad as we think it is, this start might be the defining factor. If the wicket keeps moving for the new ball when Dally bat, do you know what I mean?
So he was 13 and a 15, and he's made 17 or 17.
Yeah. It's like he's been replaced by an anchor, but that anchor is him. Someone's just said that Madhav is listed as a batsman by Cricinfo, but I've got him as an all-rounder on Cricinfo. Let's look at it at the moment. This one's launched up in the air. It could be caught at deep cover. Should be caught at deep cover. Is caught at deep cover by his hair twin.
Yeah.
Got a lot of men out there with these big fro type thing which shaved at the sides. I don't know what that haircut is called, so apologies if it has a real name. Let's have a look. Is this a cutter? Nope. Seam up. Wobble ball a little bit. Did seam away, though. Hits the toe of the bat. Yeah. It's still seaming.
Sorry, mate. So SPV is saying Arshdeep took a 5-4 versus South Africa on Pink Day in Johannesburg in 2023. Yeah, he was quite good in that ODI series. And even in the T20s, he's been good.
I'm not sure he's bowling as well as he was back then.
No, that's probably fair.
So I mean, he'd definitely be in my squad. It's just whether you start with him.
For sure. I think I would, because why not? So Upsum is saying next T20 World Cup is in Australia. I'd have Gill over Iyer at 3.
I've got a couple of notes now from games where Patidara struggled with extra bounce this year. Because I know a lot of fans are talking about him coming in for that. But I've noticed in my notes that I've written it at least twice, maybe 3 times now.
Yeah. I don't think Shreyas likes it either.
No, that's what I'm saying. I sort of meant with both of them. Mr. Stark, it's wide outside of stump. Shreyas Iyer played a ridiculous shot and just got it over mid-off's head, who ran all the way back. Might have been Akshar there. Ran all the way back with the ball. Almost caught it on the boundary. Instead, they're going to take 2. That's quite a big shot from Stark first ball, that.
So Andy's asking us, can you gauge how quickly batters gauge length on TV?
Yeah. If they're generally in the right position, is what you're really looking for there. So the most top quality players, so even in the IPL, most people in the top 4 or 5 are going to be pretty good at it. But you could see people who get caught a little bit more in between at times. They're the guys who are not quite at that. So I've got a theory that essentially most players are fairly good at judging on line and on length. And there are occasionally players who are exceptional at line, right? So I might put someone like Sehwag into that kind of one where he was good on length but great on line. But it's very rare to have a player who's who's not good on length, just because it's a lot more dangerous than it is if knowing where the ball is, for your feet and everything else, and the body coming through the ball, all those sorts of things.
Oof.
So what was Akib Nabi bowled the 2nd over, the 4th over, the 6th over, and the 8th over? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like all you have to do is land the ball on the pitch and you can seam it like 0.8 degrees here.
Yeah. So his second. So he bowled, his first over went for 12 runs with a no ball in it. His second over went for 8 runs with a no ball in it. And his last over went single 4-4 and still only went for 10 runs. It's like Crazy. He made everything as hard as possible on himself and still pulled it all back.
So Sham is asking us, do these high intent batters get bored quickly? Like if they're at the non-strikers in for a couple of balls? Yeah, a lot of them do.
Yeah, I think that's actually not something that just happens to high intent batters. He saved 5 wides there, KL. We had a go at him for his keepy before. We've actually got a piece coming out very shortly about how Stark bowls the most wides per delivery. Stark bowls a wide every 12 deliveries in the IPL, which is the worst of any one of the high usage bowlers, although Patharana obviously will get there one day. Yeah, there are lots of batters who don't like being at the non-striker end. That's a very clear thing. And then you get other players like Joe Root, who I think if Joe Root was at the non-strikers end for 5 overs in a row, beautiful shot by Cooper Conley for 4. Just opens the face here and slices his way. I think if Joe Root was at the non-strikers end for like 5 overs in a row, he just wouldn't notice. And I think there are other players like David Warner, if you keep them off strike for too long, they'll get very, very frustrated. That's more to do with their personality and their batting. There's also guys who, once they get into a groove, want to just maintain the groove. And that includes sometimes slower scoring players as well. So yeah, it's one of those things of being off strike for a long period of time can affect players. You should know, in a modern professional environment, you should actually know and have these conversations. Sometimes though, Shane, it's really interesting, but it's as simple as the other guy saying, sorry, I keep getting the strike here. And it just relaxes them a little bit when they realize that the other person isn't doing it on purpose. If men communicated with each other, the world would be a better place.
Also, we do know that like a lot of the high intent batters don't like being 10 of 10, for example. It's very different. Like if Virat is 10 of 10, he's not going to do something stupid. Whereas if Priyansh is 10 of 10, for a fact he's getting out almost immediately soon after that.
Yeah, it's very rare. We're watching, as Cooper Conley almost drags this onto his stumps, has no idea where it is and ends up with a single down a fine leg. It's very rare that we're watching Kohli play 3 dots in a row and then assume that the next ball is going to go for 4 or 6, right? Or be a sicket. Whereas if that's Romario and he's had 3 dots in a row, like the next ball being a 6 or a wicket goes up tenfold, right? So, all those different teams. SBV says, you picking Lion or a 4-man pace attack in South Africa? I don't think Lion's going to be fit for that series, is he?
No,
I'm
but
not sure Lion's going to be fit. I'm not sure how much more test match cricket Lion will play.
Yeah, but like usually South Africa against not everyone other than India usually will give like a spin pitch. It's not like they'll give all seam-friendly pitches.
I should say this as well. South African pitches spin a lot more than they used to just naturally now.
It's not even that which venues is it? I know there's some venues which spin more than others. And I know they actively avoid giving India those. That I believe is true.
As this one's turned away. Well, I would have thought, though, that Joburg and Cape Town are going to get the Indian tests anyway because they're the biggest venues. So India's already not likely to go to the other wickets that spin a bit more. Like Durban, Pretoria probably spins a little bit more now, I think, than it used to. Burqa. It's the old New Zealand thing of like New Zealand never got to play at the MCG, and it's like, yeah, because you're not going to fill the MCG. Oh my God! Madhav has come in. He's tried to bowl a slow ball, and this has gone to short fine leg. KL Rahul has walked around to get this ball. I'm not sure that's a no ball though. I think it landed on the pitch. Now, what are we checking here? What are the umpires checking? Do you think?
I think that's what they are checking. This is wild. Yeah.
That's one of the worst balls I've seen in top line cricket. That's like a club cricket ball.
Yeah, to answer that question, I would probably play Lion if he's fit.
If you've got Green or Webster, they probably will. I think he tried to bowl a leg cutter there, and as he's rolled his fingers over, it's just gone out the side. It looked like someone bowling a leg cutter for the first time.
Yeah. So Jasjot Singh is saying, given the seam-friendly conditions and Punjab bowling, what's a good par total here? And what score will take Delhi out of the match? Usually with seam bowling pitches, we've seen sometimes it'll flatten out. We don't know if that will happen or not. It hasn't yet.
It's so much seam for so long. You kind of expect it to. Oh, poor kid. They went out and put more sawdust at the crease. It wasn't his hand. It wasn't his foot that was the problem. From what I saw, I'm not saying he didn't slip, but I think it just got stuck in his hand.
Oh, this is a good shot. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My machine's gone. Would you like to explain what it was?
I believe that was the lofted cover drive for 4.
Yeah, Shreyas.
Or a lofted off drive, or one of those. Any lofted shot over the offside is for lofted cover drive.
That's kind of in the pocket between two. You probably call that extra cover.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like it.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit straighter, maybe more towards wide, long off, but yeah, that kind of area.
This is I know everyone's just bored of the IPL right now. We have so many questions about the ODI World Cup and Test cricket. Triple Stroke is asking what's your bowling attack for Australia for Border-Gavaskar Trophy in India? God. I assume Murphy will play. Would Cooper Connolly play?
Yeah, I think they'll try and get Cooper in now as the second spinner if they can. Murphy, maybe I suppose, has to be the main spinner.
Is Lion
obviously, Kuhneman is still around. They might try and get Kuhneman in as well. In a perfect world, what they probably want is Webster and Green with Hazelwood and Cummins, and then they can pick 2 extra spinners. And if I don't know how you get Webster, Green, and Cooper in the same side unless one of them plays as a specialist bowler.
Yeah. So they played. Who did they play in the last? Sorry, the last time they towards Sri Lanka, they had Kuhneman, Murphy, and Lyon, with Stark as the seamer.
Sherrod said here, Lyon, Cooper, Kuhneman, Stark, and another seamer. Well, I think that there's a problem with that lineup. Is you've dropped the Australian captain. I think they'll try and go with Kuhneman. But the problem with Kuhneman is if you have Kuhneman and you have Cooper Connolly, it kind of overlaps. Here he is, the great man.
Oh, hi, Jared. Hi, Jared. Hi, Jared.
Didn't say hi to Varun.
Hi, Varun. Hi, Varun. Hi, Varun.
You had your chance.
No, I was kind of waiting for your reply first so that I can then get.
No
Obviously, I
reply.
have always have to get the boss's approval first, right?
You're the boss. You're the CEO. You're my boss.
But like you are the I would say the ultimate boss.
I mean, I've always thought of myself that way.
Yeah. So Jared has kind of blown away the production team of one of the OTT platforms. They were overwhelmed with the plan that Jared had, and I was kind of wondering that uh, people who are running such big shows and stuff, even to understand basic production was pretty overwhelming for them. Like pretty good learning experience for me, I would say. No, I
we have a big event that's coming up, and we had the meeting with a lot of the people involved. So we can't give you the exact details at the moment. But yeah, it looks like we're not going to have any events in India because our sponsor pulled out at the last moment, unfortunately. But we are still we're almost 100% sure having one in Dubai. But we'll let you guys know when we know more. But that's what Deepak's talking about.
yes.
And Geedy is back on. So I've been keeping these stats in front of me for ages, Varun, while I should be doing my notes on the game. And I want, because I said I thought he might be better because of the impact sub era as Ngidi comes in here and bowls a good ball, and it's off the pad or a leading edge there. It doesn't go anywhere. Ngidi's best year in T20 cricket was in 2017, but he didn't play many games. So realistically, his best year before was 2018, where his impact was 9 runs better than expected in a game. And this year, he's at 5.5 runs. This is across, obviously, the World Cup and everything else. But that year, he took wickets at a rate of true wickets at 0.5 more than expected per game. That was some noises.
Yeah.
In 2022, he took expected wickets at 0.8 true wickets per 24 balls, which is almost unheard of. And he didn't play many games, but he did a similar thing in Deepak's gone. He did a similar thing in 2019 as well. So he hasn't had much of a big boom during the impact era. So Bhuvi might be the only guy. I can't remember who asked that question before, but Bhuvi might be the only one I could come up with.
So Sham is asking, so Jared, how do you think you would fare facing 6 deliveries from peak Bumrah, Stark, Hazelwood, Wasim, Vaughan, and Murli? If each bowled 1 ball, how much would you score in the over? How many times would you get out?
I would score no runs off 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So I'd either be out or bowled. So I'm going to assume Stark and Wasim. No, Hazelwood wouldn't get me out because I wouldn't be able to edge him. Bumrah would get me out. Stark, I reckon Stark and Wasim, I'm saying one of them gets me out and one of them bowls it too wide. So I've got 2 dismissals off the first 2 balls. If Vaughan gives me a slider, would I hit a slider? If Vaughan gives me a slider, actually, yeah, I'm playing for Vaughan's. Oh, this is the leading edge up in the air off the slow ball. Oh, that went for 6.
Gone for 6. Wow.
What the fuck? It was a one-handed shot. It just disappeared. I didn't even think it was going to reach the circle when that hit the bat. Yeah, I want to see that again. Let's have a look. Slow ball. Yeah, that wasn't timed at all. How did that go down the ground for 6? It must have just accidentally hit the middle of the bat.
I think that came from the middle.
Yeah.
Remarkable shot there.
It wasn't like that was the intention of what he was doing. Indeed, he's laughing. One of the more remarkable shots you will ever see. Effortless power. I'm not sure that's the message I put up on the screen at the moment. Okay, so Bumrah would get me out. One of Stark and Wasim would get me out, and Hazelwood would definitely not get me out. So Vaughan, I'm playing for the straight one with Vaughan, and it's coming at 80Ks now, straight in front. Yeah, I'm not going out to Vaughan. Murali, because I'm either playing and missing at Vaughan, or it's hitting roughly the inside part of the bat. Murali, I don't think there's anything I could do to stop Murali from hitting the stumps. The only thing I could do is if I was being really, really funny, I could run at him and try and get hit outside the line pretending I'm playing a shot. So I would assume I'd go out, what was that, 1, 2, 3? 3 times. I don't think I would make a run. Unless I got an inside edge off the Shane Warne one for a single to backward square leg.
I think maybe, like, if I'm very lucky, I could survive Warne. Because he's slightly worse versus left-handers than right-handers.
Okay. I don't think he would be at your level of cricket, by the way. Because I actually think he's more dangerous to a left-hander at a club level than he is to a right-hander. Because a right-hander's going to miss him. Left-hander, that ball's coming back at your stumps.
Consider club level.
Yeah, but that's as a left-hander, that ball's just coming back at your stumps. That's the problem with Murali. Like, how would I remember facing one guy who bowled with Murali's action once in a club game, and I was fine against off spin, and I played this guy like he was invented a new form of bowling because the angle at which it was coming in and the overspin and everything, because he was, flicking it. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is not off spin. No,
the other thing is, I think
imagine
Warne would try to bowl the ball of the century. He'll pitch it like 5 miles outside and try to get my top off. So maybe he spins it too much.
I'd even go a step further. I think Warne would half-ass it. Out of all those 6 guys, he's the one least likely to try and actually do anything good. I think he's more likely to just be like, I'll just roll it out of my hand.
Yeah,
I know for a fact people who face Murali at like in promotional things and Murali takes it really serious.
Yeah. Murali is not good.
You are not fucking hitting this off the surface. I'll tell you a great story. I won't name the player, the media person, but there was a media guy who thought of himself as quite a good player, and he was facing Gareth Batty. Right? And Gareth Batty didn't know much about this guy. And first ball, this guy actually played quite a good sweep shot. And Gareth Batty apparently, Batty told me this. Batty walked back to the top of his mark going, this fucker, there's no, he's so angry. And he's like, and so he went back the next ball and he just bowled a pure top spinner. Right? And this guy who could played the exact same shot and hit it straight up in the air. It's like, if you anger one of those guys, which is why I'm going up to Josh and just saying, mate, what incredible ball. That back of a length off stump delivery you bowl. How would I ever play that?
So Occam says, if you could ask anyone in cricket history a yes or no question that they were forced to answer honestly, what question would you ask?
Did W.G. Grace fix games?
Ooh. It's a good
Deepak,
question.
what's yours?
Something similar also, like, is IPL fixed or not? I always wanted to know this.
Well, I mean, I think I can answer that one for you, mate.
No, what do you call it? I'd ask Rohit Sharma, do you think Virat Kohli is a dickhead?
I think, Jared, I've tried to get into your head multiple times on this, and every time you're a little bit diplomatic about it. You said, it's very safe, it's a very safe league.
Now? Not when it was back being fixed, though.
No, not
Has
today.
there been fixing in the IPL? There's been a fuck ton of fixing in the IPL. Is there fixing now? Nothing that I could see.
But you said the spot fixing, it can still happen, right? It might be happening also.
I'm not saying there isn't little bits of it, but there's certainly nothing that... me and Rob are about the most suspicious people of all time when it comes to these things. Not like your uncle who thinks everything's fixed, but I mean of people who are actually paying attention, and neither of us are seeing any signs on that. So at the moment, I haven't seen anything.
So SPV is asking me, does the 21-22 Keegan Peterson test series still upset you? Is that the only series he actually makes runs in test cricket?
And then I think after that he went to England and he was all over the place in that series also, right?
Yeah.
Just after that series. Yes. But I'm very sure this series irritates me the most.
Yeah, because I was sure India would win in South Africa during that time.
Is that the Dean Elgar series?
Yes, the Dean Elgar series. And I'm still, I'm not very sure whether the 2006 series would also be up there with it or not. Because India should have won that series also. They were in the third test match also, they were in a dominant position, right? And then they just messed it up big time. Remember what they actually did in that match? They had Jaffer and Dinesh Karthik opening in the first innings. They had put up 150 runs opening partnership, and for some weird reason, Sehwag was playing at number 6 in that match. Got to open in the second.
It's a 4. Sorry, go.
Got to open in the second innings, and both the openers were out in first couple of overs. That was the same innings in which like Ganguly had to come in because Sachin couldn't come at number 4 because he had been off the field for long enough, and because the first 2 wickets didn't last that long, so Ganguly was kind of taking a bath, and then he took like 5-6 minutes to come on the pitch. The third Test match in 2006, India and India were like 90 for 3 when Ganguly got out.
Sehwag at 5 is actually one of the smarter things that they've probably tried in that period, outside of Asia.
And I have no idea why they changed that after getting success in first innings. Like, if your opening partnership ends up getting 150 in South Africa, I think you frame it and keep it with you forever. You don't change it in the next innings itself. And I don't know, for this some weird, strange reasons, something which worked for them, they always were looking for it for ages. They just dismantled it in the second inning itself. And India were like 90 for 3 when Ganguly got out. And then Dravid and Sachin were like 16 overs, 24 or something they scored. That was one of the... I still cannot wrap my head around it. So, like, maybe I'm just... Like, this 2006 series and 22 series, I'm little confused between these two. Like, which were the worst South African series we had? Like, where we should have won at least. Yeah. Like, so 2006 was a monumental effort from Indian batting lineup to actually bottle up in a match which they should have easily won.
So Jumpsuit's saying, with the game change, if no analysts were allowed while the game is being played, just 11v11 coaches and the medical staff. That's a good question. Jared, how you be the analyst? How much
analysts aren't as involved during the game as you would think they are anyway. Like, they're not always being listened to. You know, quite often in some places they're coding as well. Depends on the relationship. There are some teams that would change massively, and there are some teams that would not change at all. Is maybe the best way of putting that. But yeah, most of the work from an analyst is done before the game.
I think so guys, like, if you say like you can't do, analysts would just disappear entirely, that would be a fun question. Because usually, like, from what I've seen with cricketers, is they're very good at, they know the obvious very well. Like, batters know that the good length is a good length, bowlers know the good length is a good length, right? Where I've seen even during my conversations with Robbie is their blind spots are usually things like slow and fast starters, for example, or like even today with Delhi, like they picked 3 new ball bowlers, which Jared has been screaming against for how long now? Right? That's the sort of stuff where I've seen cricketers and cricket teams have blind spots with, and that's where I think analysts are very useful.
And like, what would you make out of this pitch? Because like, apart from first 3 overs where like Priyansh Arya was just tonking it for fun, but they were like 52 for none, I don't think so anybody has found that like anybody was able to kind of...
It's seeming wild,
like crazy, mate.
Yeah, all you have to do is land it on the pitch and it's seeming like 0.7 degrees. It's crazy,
and it's also got like pretty steep bounce on it too. So sideways movement with extra bounce. It's been really, really hard. I mean, they're still going at 10 runs and over. They're hanging in there, but a lot of this was just because they were 50. What were they after?
51
3 overs.
70 runs after 5 overs, right?
Yes. So Priyansh Arya, like since I was on the calls, I couldn't watch his innings. So like, what was the difference? Like, was he kind of lucky, or like some?
He was a bit lucky.
He should have been caught in the first over, but it just the ball went with altitude an extra meter, and he wasn't caught. But most of the balls hit the middle of his bat. It's just that they either played and missed, or it hit the middle of the bat. There was no middle ground. There was a ball that he faced. There was a ball that he faced, Deepak, that seemed over 2 degrees. It pitched outside leg stump and it missed off stump. And in between that, he's hitting 6s out of his ass, right? So it's either 6 out of his ass or play and miss. There was no middle ground with those guys.
So even in the last over, I think Shreyas Iyer was pretty much deceived by the slow delivery. But somehow, I don't know like how he just managed to still...
that is
a ridiculous shot.
That's the stupidest
insanity
shot.
So Codenoob is asking...
That's the time I kind of logged in and they were showing the replay of it. And I couldn't even make sense of it. Like, what the hell did I see? Like, because it felt like as if he was not even through his shot. And the ball ended up like clearing the boundary.
Yeah. So Deepak Codenoob is saying only Deepak would talk about the 2006 series and say, remember what they did in that match. Of course, we don't remember, Deepak.
He's like, this has haunted me, bro. Like, it's haunted me for 20 years. And
this is what... I think, let's be very specific about why he's making the joke here. It's the phrase that you use. You always say, remember that time in the 1997 game in Kenya when Pakistan were playing Sri Lanka, and in the 12th over, so-and-so came on.
I'm afraid
and
they
we
did
all
a
thought
backflip.
we thought someone else was going to come on. And everyone's like, no one else will ever remember that. The people involved won't remember that. To quote the great Ian Botham, when Andrew Fidel Fernando went up to him and said, can you take me through the time you bowled off spin against Sri Lanka and took a 5-wicket haul? And Botham's like, I don't remember. Right? The people in the games aren't remembering what you're remembering, Deepak.
No, and there's a very interesting story around it. Like, when India was so shell-shocked with that defeat, so when Gary Carson was kind of shortlisted for the Indian coaching gig, so this was his interview question. So explain to us, like, what was the plans for the 2006 Test series? That was his question during the interview. Because India was so dumbstruck, like what they ended up doing in that Test series, and did the undoing of a lot of players. Like Zaheer was dropped, Sehwag was dropped.
So Abel Christopher is asking us, will any team catch up to India in T20 batting?
Not in the short term.
South Africa has the talent to do that, right?
No, maybe. They don't have. They will not do that.
They will find a way to ruin it.
No,
they might have the raw. If Luhan isn't ruined, Stubbs can become Stubbs, and Brevis just breaks through and becomes Brevis. Maybe, but that's still only 3 guys. You need another 3 guys to come up. At least, right? Because it's the depth with India. They can have injuries and bad form and still cover, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like the people who have kind of done insanely well, and we're not even talking about them, to be honest.
Do you see what over? We're in the 14th over. We've got an all-rounder bowling, and that still seems sideways, Varun.
Exactly, exactly, and that actually moved a lot after pitching. So Shreyas was kind of beaten by a significant margin, I would say.
SPV 90 Singh, Shardul Thakur took a 7 for in Johannesburg in 22. I played Shami. Still ridiculous.
In fact, Thakur kind of outdid Bumrah in that series. Like, his numbers were better than Bumrah in that 2021-22 series.
Yeah, Bumrah's pretty mid in that series.
Yeah, because he was coming back from his back injury also. And like, Cricinfo did a beautiful article on it. I don't remember if it was Sid Monga or he kind of measured all those impacts of his, like, he was not kind of bending his back enough. So he was not getting that kind of a bounce that generally you expect with him. So I think we all know that after that he broke down, right? And after that he had that major injury and took him more than a year to recover. So definitely he was not bending his back enough. So there's after the Test series, Cricinfo did a very good piece on it. So like they mentioned the entire thing, like how the South African pacers were kind of outdoing the Indian pacers because of the bounce they were getting. And they compared Bumrah's bounce with his 2018 numbers also in that article. Like, quite weird spells in that entire leg, I would say. Even that Edgbaston Test match, where England were like 109 for 3, and then it just felt like as if the steam just went out. The Indian attack, they just stopped trying. Clearly remember there was one drop catch from Vihari when score was around 150, and apart from that, it looked a pretty one-sided stuff. So that was the period where like 3 or 4 such matches happened.
Yeah, the speed guns are out of hand, Jared. It says Madhav Tiwari bowled a ball at 960 kilometers per hour.
I thought it was a little faster than that. Geez, Cooper has just swiped this from Stark.
God, that's gone miles.
That's not 40 meters over cover for 6.
Like, I think I can say my favorite, like Harsha Bogle dialogue. That ball is not in Dharamshala.
Yeah. Elvis has left the building, guys.
Yes. This is massive.
Was that on my end or your end?
I didn't kick you out. I mean, sometimes I want to.
No. I mean that, like, you guys were just frozen for a bit. I didn't know if that was my end.
Oh, that was your end then.
Yeah. Okay.
So Timberborn has a... Yeah.
Go for it.
Go ahead. So has sixes got tougher, or Iyer trying to gain confidence first before the playoffs? Like, it's seeming a lot, insanely.
Yeah.
So,
I think at the moment, I'm pretty sure they've worked out they're just ahead of the rate here. And so they're trying to make sure they don't lose too many wickets because it's not going to be easy for new batters to come in. And he's got a strike rate of 156, right? But look at other than Priyansh early on, no one has actually found it easy to score on this wicket. I mean, we just saw Shreyas hit an accidental 6 a minute ago, right? It's really difficult. And so I think they're thinking to themselves, well, wait a minute, we're at 10 runs and over on a surface where Akib Nabi was unplayable, right? We have an attack who should be able to exploit these conditions as well.
This is a pitch probably Bartlett made a lot of sense.
Yeah, Bartlett would have been good on this one.
Oh, then actually I haven't gone through the 11s yet, so they didn't play Bartlett today.
No, I want to say, was he in the 11? No, they have all left-arm seamers.
We've got Ben Dwarshius.
Oh, because like in yesterday's live, I was kind of expecting this kind of a pitch, but I was like, I said that on air that Bartlett is a given in these conditions. He'll be definitely playing because the ball is going to seam and swing a lot.
Oh.
And I did not expect this. So Dwarshius is there. Arshdeep, Marco Jansen. So then they can have an impact player also, right? So, but the foreign player would not be there for sure. So they already exhausted their foreign options, right?
So Ayush is asking you, what's the most ugliest thing you have seen in cricket, Deepak? Everything is beautiful.
The ugliest thing I've seen in cricket. Something is beautiful.
Tristan Stubbs batting?
No, not even close.
What would be MS Dhoni defending? How many things can we do?
Have to think.
Paul Adams' bowling action?
Yeah, I was about to say that. That was something which was pretty hard to kind of comprehend at that age. So 96, 97, it was very difficult to comprehend. Very difficult.
So Sham is asking... So Sham is asking, do STR bowlers not perform well when the conditions are bowling friendly? From what little I follow, I've never seen Bumrah fare well when the pitch aids bowlers. Same goes for one. That can't be true.
I think isn't one of those bowlers, one of the spinners who preferred the extra bounce. So towards the end of the game, when spinners take over, he probably wasn't. He doesn't pop, right, in a way that a traditional spinner would. That's very common for Australian spinners, as this should be caught. And Geedy gets an edge. It goes very high, and it's in the gap, and it's 4. Well, I tell you what, it's long enough. And Geedy's like, why wasn't there a man right where that ball went?
Yeah, also, like, usually with these sort of bowlers, let's say Bumrah, he might be, like 70% better than other seamers on flat pitches. He might only be 10% better when it's on absolute dog shit pitches.
Yes, exactly. Because
we talk about that with ranked turners, right?
Yeah.
It's like Ashwin on ranked turners.
Yeah.
Yes. The problem that India has faced over the years, right? Even with shit spinners, like foreign teams are able to kind of match up to the skills because
same thing happens the other way, right? But if all the pitches are flat, well, average batters still make runs on flat wickets. This one, he does get where he wants it, Cooper Connolly, and that almost whacks the car. So he had a slow start, but he's just found his range. Well, I should say, I mean, a minute ago,
on
he could have been out.
6-4-6.
Yeah, he's found some kind of range.
So HP Viraj is asking, Jack Hobbs versus Len Heron versus Sutcliffe, who's the best?
That's the order I would have the 3 of them in. Very, very simple. I think Jack Hobbs' career is ridiculous. Before World War One, we'd never had a batter look like they could average 50 before, and he was already doing that as a young man. And then World War One happens, and cricket disappears, and he comes back, and then he dominates the 1920s until finally Sutcliffe outplays him. But Sutcliffe has a really short career. Hobbs has a massively long career, like a Sachin long career, and made 197 first-class hundreds in that career. And Hutton, I think, was probably the most technically correct defensive player that we've ever had in cricket. And it was almost impenetrable, Hutton, to get him out. It's a shame he hasn't played in another era where he could have expanded his game a little bit more. But I would have thought he was a better player than... And again, he lost his peak well, a lot of his career to a war as well. So I think Hutton and Hobbs' record is actually lower than it should be if they had played more cricket. Sutcliffe's got the highest average, I think, of the three. I think Hobbs might have the lowest average, actually.
Because of the longevity?
No, well, the era he played in, his average was, he might have the highest era record, but not average. Just because, as I said, he was a great player in his era was averaging about 35, 36, and he was averaging over 50 for the first 5 or 6 years of his career. And he never really dropped, even when he got old and was a bit shit. He never really dropped.
So Jasjot Singh is asking, is no spin today? How many IPL matches had no spin? It's a good question.
It's actually a very good question.
Wasn't there a Delhi attack at one stage that didn't? Oh no, because it would have had Akshar. There's a team that didn't always have spin at one stage, and I can't remember who it was.
It must be SRH, I guess. SRH, but they are Rashid. Yes, they are
after Rashid.
I mean, we cannot exclude Chennai from this.
There would certainly be pitches where this has happened before, is my guess.
LSG might come close to that. LSG, because they might. LSG. Punjab actually could have done that in Dharamshala earlier also, I would say.
Oh.
A perfect example of this game is this last over from Ngidi. 4, 6, ... Sorry, single, dot. It's literally how the game has gone, right? You're just like, if you hit the middle of the bat, it goes for 4 or 6. If it doesn't hit the middle of the bat, chances are you're not even going to get a run.
I must say, like, I have to admire the braveness that Punjab has shown today, because surely not the kind of pitch on which you should be expecting 160 plus post 16 overs. So I think they have backed themselves up really well.
The answer to that question is we've never had a game where 0 overs of spin have been bowled.
Oh, wow. Okay, I take that back. Assumed it would have happened once.
Yeah.
Mukesh coming back to finish up. He's been really, really good in this game so far.
They 49 are allowed.
I feel like Cooper Connolly played 1,000 shots and is 32 off 23.
Exactly.
Wait, what's happened there? Oh, could 49 all out is a good shout. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think it just doesn't show up if there's 0. You're right, Jared. Yeah, 49 all out. There was 0 spin.
In that innings, right? 49 all out innings, or in the entire match?
In the innings.
Yeah, there'd be rain games too, but as far as a completed innings, either 20 overs or
because I think in the first innings, as far as I remember, Pawan Negi did bowl, right, in the first innings. He took a couple of wickets also.
What is wrong with you?
In that match, this
what
49 all out match.
Deepak, for remembering that.
No.
SPV90 saying thoughts on Dhoni being the face of tuk cricket in T20s. But he has games like 8 from 22. Always takes games deep and team needing huge runs at the end. Sign me up.
I mean, we've covered this before. I mean, to be fair, there are plenty of times when he's whacked the ball as well. There are way more defensive players than Dhoni in the history of T20 cricket.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Who's got a better true strike rate, Dhoni or Gambhir?
I think it might be Gambhir, actually, weirdly
I wonder.
enough.
That's why I was,
In the IPL or in general?
In the IPL, I think is.
Check this. Gambhir and Dhoni. It is Gambhir, Jared.
Kind of tells you everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I was doing this small YouTube short today, like the worst releases ever by DC.
Oh, okay. Give it to us.
So like top 4. Who would be your top 4 then?
No, I have no idea. I can barely think of who's in their team today.
Varun, yours?
Varun's having a
The
panic
top-
attack just because you've asked him that question.
No, top 4 worst releases by
Oh,
DC.
sorry. I think on my screen you just froze, but Jared kept talking. I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question, please? Sorry.
So like, I was just doing a shot with my wife Swati today. Like the top 4 worst releases by DC ever.
By DC, AB, Warner.
Paul
Who
Collingwood?
else? I don't even know who else would we have. Who else have they had? There must be some more in there.
So my top 2 were then only. Like
Yeah.
AB was number 1, Warner number 2.
Warner
Number
and
3 I
AB
had
would be-
Gambhir.
Ah, yeah, I was
Gambhir,
thinking Gambhir
okay.
because of captaincy. Yeah.
2011.
Mm.
So considering the fact that he
Russell
went
is a
on
good
to win
shout. Yeah.
Russell, yes.
Did they have Russell as well? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, they had Russell in 2012, and I think they had him till 2013, I guess, right?
Yeah. I think for
13.
KKR, he doesn't play a lot in the main season. He plays more in the Champions League for KKR in 2014.
Mm.
Now Sehwag was done by the time they released him, so I don't mind that.
Can we just give a moment here for how 1 for 31 from Mukesh Kumar. First ball went for 6, and I was like, this could get really messy really quickly. Man has bowled like a champion since that moment.
And
Again,
this is the thing with him. Like, I think in the Indian circles, people kind of taunt him, and there's a nickname for him, Mukesh McGrath. And they say, like, whenever the pitch is doing something, he becomes unplayable because. And I think he had a decent series in South Africa also, right?
I've done this before on like basically what happens is Western spinners get made fun of and Asian seamers get made fun of. And it's like, yeah, but guys, everything is set up against them in both cases.
yeah.
It's like, so what do you, yes, Ashley Giles, you talk to Ashley Giles and he's like, well, Jared, do you think I wanted to bowl over the wicket into the foot marks over and over again? Of course I didn't. But they were like, we don't care about spin. We just want you to rest the quick bowlers. Paul Harris said the same thing to me, right? All these guys just want to bowl like they bowl, and they can't because of the pitches that they're on, right? Ishant Sharma was way better than anyone knew, and it took him a long time to mature. But it was like he was the only bowler with no mature seamers around him for half the time on wickets that Glenn McGrath would have struggled on at times.
Yeah, Abhishek as well, by the way. Deepak for Delhi. That's the other names people are mentioning.
Yeah, Abhishek. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Mhm.
But he also took a lot of time to develop into something massive, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Matt Havers bowled some of the worst deliveries today.
Yeah. And he's only 1 for 22 in 3.
Oh no, I mean, he's still getting seam movement, right? He's moving it around. He's looked fine on this wicket.
So Amartya is asking us, how is the bowling attack of Henry, Kyle Jamieson, and Will O'Rourke and Jacob Duffy? It's really good.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
It's incredibly good, yeah.
3 very different kinds of bowlers delivering different, different skill sets as well. I like him. You got 2 guys. The only problem I would say with that is Jamieson, as this is whacked over cover for 6 from Shreyas there.
We've seen extraordinary shots and extraordinary deliveries, and not a lot of wickets on either side of it. This game
Yeah,
pitch.
exactly.
So the only problem I have with this Kiwi attack is would be, does Jamieson have to bowl first change, which I think is fine because I think he did when Bolt and Southey were around. But you have to be 100% sure it's going to be as effective because the better version to have at first change is Will O'Rourke.
Like Jared in 2020, like I don't have much memory of that. So like when India toured New Zealand, was it like they actually gave some very shitty pitches? Because like India didn't even have like third innings or fourth inning totals there. Like generally in New Zealand, people scored runs for fun. Like after maybe the day 2 or day 3, I would say. But like I cannot even remember like India lasted for more than a couple of sessions, even in even on those pitches. So like, what was the difference? Like, is it like they actually gave some very spicy wickets to them?
Occasionally they would do that in New Zealand. Oh, we just had double Varun. I didn't even know you could do that. Robbie does that on calls all the time. If you notice, Deepak, he'll be on a call and then somehow his phone will connect to the call separate to that. And we'll just have 2. It's like he wants a second angle. He's like, this is for the wide shot. This is my close up. Cooper slugs this to the leg side and almost caught out on the boundary.
Well tried. But this time around, when India is going to be in New Zealand, it'll be very strange. Have we ever seen October, November test matches in New Zealand? Is there any history of that?
Didn't England play in November last time they went there?
November, December. I don't know if October.
October.
Yeah, October. I as far as I remember, I've never seen such a thing in New Zealand. Last 30 years of viewing.
I tell you this much: there's going to be some Indian players freezing their tits off. Are any of those test matches down south? You lose a testicle in that temperature. This should be caught again. It goes up, it's high, and this time it is straight to David Miller.
Finally takes
slower ball. When he's hit the pitch, Madhav, he's bowled really, really well. But this time it just got stuck in the wicket. It's what we've seen a lot. You can time the ball well. That is a ridiculous delivery. So that has almost landed on his toe, guys.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Vivek's asking us, comms are discussing 3 left-arm bowlers in Punjab. Will it make a difference? There should be a pitch made for Marco Jansen, right?
Oh, I mean, for him as a bowler, it's fine. But having 3 left-armers doesn't change anything. The only thing I would say is this is the game they've gone with Dwarshuis. But actually, you probably want Bartlett, who's a little bit more hit the pitch than Dwarshuis on this surface. Yeah. Dwarshuis, I would... Again, this is what we talk about with overlap. I would say Dwarshuis and Arshdeep Singh are a little too similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also second that. And coming back to that India-New Zealand series, do you think so that New Zealand intentionally might give flatter decks this time around so that they would have more...
It won't matter at that time of the year. I don't think they'll be able to.
I think India would prefer that, no? So the batting would like it at least.
Why? Why would they?
No, because India would the batters would love flatter pitches.
No, flatter wickets, yes. But in that October, with the early summer, will it be even possible?
No idea. But even are New Zealand pitches good for batting anyway?
No, it depends on the grass. I was studying that actually. They use a different winter grass called rye grass. So winter grass, it won't last for long in summers. So you would have them for a couple of sessions on day one, and then suddenly it just veers off. But I doubt if that would be the case in the month of October. It might last for a little longer. And they were crazy stuff. They used to have, I read it somewhere, at a certain point of time, you used to have 30 mm of grass on some of the pitches. I could not even imagine how that even is possible.
Well, so what's interesting about New Zealand in general is that you get a lot of grass, but the grass doesn't react the same way that other countries do. So if you put 30 mm of grass on a pitch in other countries, the ball would never get through to the keeper.
Exactly.
Great shot by Shreyas Iyer. Clears the front leg and hits another 6.
Yes. But now I was reading that they have cut it out to 18 mm. So from 30 mm, they've reduced it to 18 mm. And that's why winter grass won't last long. So after a day or two, it becomes pretty much barren and then it becomes a batting paradise. So that's the reason why somebody who was the left-arm pacer that they had? Wagner. Yeah. Made such a difference to the time to the entire composition of the team, because he would still take wickets on day 3, day 4 on a flatter deck. The strategy was so different. Let's see if they have that.
Also, teams often look at grass and bowl first, and then New Zealand are very good at batting on those type of place situations, and they just bat and bat and bat. Also, don't Bangladesh make 500 and lose once?
Yes,
in one of the tests.
They did. I think Saqib ended up scoring a double 100 in that match, right?
Didn't the West Indies draw a game scoring 450 or something at the end?
Yeah, I think in that one, I think I feel like all the bowlers were injured. I think.
Yeah, in that match, yes. Henry got injured. A lot of bowlers got injured. It was the first test match, no?
Oh my God. Stoinis is out. He's got a bad ball from Stark. It was just a length ball outside a stump, and Stoinis is like, "Oh, I'll hit this for 4. No, I'll hit it straight to cover, and I'm gone."
Quite a bizarre match, I would say.
KL is very important for them here.
Yes.
Well, the way they've been batting, they're going to need an opening partnership on this wicket, is my
Because
guess.
they have Porel today. They have Porel, Parak, and they have Smashatosh. They have Stubbs and Miller and Akshar.
Yeah, it could be one of these games where even though they'll get to 200 and if they lose 2 early wickets, we're just all sitting here playing with our dicks for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So,
are you okay to do the first? Actually, no. I might come back. I'll do the start. Are you around at any time in the second innings, Byron?
Yeah, I'll be around if I'm.
I just need to finish a recording for the team, and I'll pop out and.
I still have to pack my bags.
Oh yeah, you're traveling tomorrow. Can I give you a tip, mate? Can you pack all the trousers that you bought?
Yeah, did that.
As this ball is outside off stump and it's out again. Oh my God. Shashank's come in. 2 balls in a row. It's not Stark is not bowling incredibly here. These are just slot balls. That might have been a slower one. I'll have to see. But it was just a length ball outside off stump. Nope. Basically the same pace as the last one. And one's going to cover and the other one's going to mid off.
So Jadeja or Shakib in ODI's ancestors. Ooh, both formats I took Shakib.
Ooh, I would take Jadeja because he's a better bowler in tests.
He's not a better bowler in ODI though, right?
No, but in ODIs I'd take Shakib, I think.
Mm.
I think Shakib gives you more. Shakib can bat anywhere from 4 to 7, right? In one day. And I think, and I don't think Jadeja can. And I think Shakib is probably more. I think Shakib is roughly the same level of ODI bowler. I'd have to have a look.
Shakib's better than Jadeja in ODI.
I kind of felt that as well, but I didn't want to say that in case I was wrong with the numbers.
No, like,
but
in
a test match, in a test
nowadays?
match, you would just want to win the game. If you have Jadeja in the side, you're much more likely to take 20 wickets, and you still have the world's best number 7 who can bat at number 6 if you have to.
The only thing I'd counter there isn't. I think Shakib's better away from Asia than Jaddu is with the ball.
Could be.
Yeah,
I've looked at that before. Shakib's not as great in Bangladesh as you would expect him to be.
No, he's not. Yeah,
and yes, his Bangladesh numbers are not that great, but also like his away numbers can be a little misleading. Also, again, like because of the composition of the side, at certain times the batters just take more risks because they wanted to score quickly against Bangladesh, something of that sort.
Yeah, so
this is a full toss, and this one finally they've hit one over one of the offside fielders. Shedge comes
before
in
that he managed to score a 6 also, so we missed all that. So he missed a 6 in between. So he had tonged first ball for 6. Yes, he managed to hit one over mid wicket. Yes.
What were they showing on our screens then?
They did show that.
We were discussing about Shakib at that time. So
oh God, you're right. Sorry, I missed that. he hit the hat-trick ball for 6.
Yes.
So Manan Shah is asking, might be an early one, but will any of you be going to the 150th anniversary test next March? I won a public ballot for it, and I will be going. Nice.
I will most probably be there. Deepak might be there as well. Varun will definitely not be there.
No.
If Combox is up and funded by that stage, we'll definitely be there. There's no issue about that.
Yeah. So Karthik is asking us, what do you guys think of the new wave of English batters and how they fare in T20s? Coles, Roos, Tribe, Gay, Falconer, etc. Can they compete with India? Ooh.
I really like Coles. Tribe I'm interested in. I'm not sure he scores quick enough right at the moment for compared to the Indian guys. I've heard the younger Roo is better, and I've only seen the older Roo. Gay I think is fantastic. Oh, Shedge has just come in and just been like, fuck it. He might have hit that one out of the park.
As well. Yeah.
Big swing across the line. Falconer, I don't know much about, actually. I don't see that as a lineup based on what I've seen at the moment is going to be like at an Indian level of scoring fast. So a lot of good players in that list you've put in there.
I'll tell you what, better names.
You like their names?
Yeah.
Falconer?
Yeah.
Gay? Tribe?
Good. Falconer is an amazing name.
Yeah. I'm assuming a falconer is someone who owns falcons.
Would be
maybe his family always owned falcons. Do you have falcons in India? I know you have kites. Do you have falcons? I'm assuming you have falcons.
Yes.
Do you prefer eagles, kites, or falcons?
Falcons.
Falcons, okay. Man likes his speed. I think I like eagles the most because I like size, but kites are canny, aren't they? They're sneaky little bastards, kites. Big fan of that. You know, falcons are doing it with speed, eagles are doing it with strength, and kites are like, fuck it, we'll get it done anyway.
Nice.
Singer says Falconer and the Kimber Soldier. IDK LFC says, can viewers fund Combox too? You are. You just did. Funding it right now with that thing. I'll have to let our money guy. Oh, what a slide! Is there a bit of dew out there?
Yeah.
Good stop on the boundary. I'll have to let our money guy say that. How much do you want this man to pay you, Deepak?
Like, we are like always open for more. Like, because Combox, the plan is to actually make it one of the biggest platforms, not only in cricket but in
I think we were discussing
some,
starting an OnlyFans for Rob Barron as well. So let us know if you want to subscribe to
and
that.
Deepak.
Together.
I'm in.
Fuck's sake. So Avi is saying Shedgay is copying Shreyas nonchalant quite well.
good one. So I'll be leaving tonight, actually, Jared. So
Don't forget your trousers.
I've packed them all of them.
You know about this
Don't
story,
forget your suitcase. I feel like I've heard this story.
where he bought trousers, took them to the shop to be fixed for a trip for Combox, and then left them there.
Yes, I think I was.
So he
there.
did. He didn't just buy the trousers. He bought the trousers. Then he had the trousers fixed, and then forgot them.
Because like he told, but the tailor needed a couple of hours, so I just thought that I'll pick it on my way to.
And a week later, you got them back.
3 weeks later.
Saikaran is asking the important questions here. Who will be on top, Deepak or Rob?
Oh, definitely Rob. I love Deepak, but he's the little spoon in that situation, isn't he? Rob's a big spoon.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yes. It's such a strange innings, nah? It just never looked like they got any momentum, but still they managed to score more than 200. So like,
see, finally people can't say this was a flat pitch and they make 200 on it.
Yeah, this is not a flat pitch.
By any means.
Surely not a flat pitch.
This might be the example of what modern T20 cricket is, right? Because they've got to this score because every time a ball has been bad, they've managed to hit it for 6. All the good balls, they've still missed.
No, even the good balls are going for 6. There was a Connolly 6 which seemed like 0.7 degrees or something.
Yeah.
A good length.
But a lot of the good balls, they just missed.
Yeah, definitely agree with you.
But like, Jared, do you think so? Like, with this kind of an intent, even things would change in Test cricket going forward?
I think what Test batters can learn. So I think what Test batters could do is do the same thing for balls that don't move a lot.
Yeah. I think when it comes down to it, the red ball just moves more for longer.
The red ball just moves a lot more, unfortunately.
Yeah. So also, just little things, right? It keeps harder. So once when the white ball could go too soft, but actually what you really want to do with a white ball is you want to hit it for 4 or 6 a couple of times early on, get it softish so it stops seaming and swinging, and then you can just handle it from then on in. And even when it spins, it'll spin a little bit slower, right? Red balls just stay harder for longer. SG maybe is the only one that doesn't. SG still seems to go a little bit soft. Kookaburra used to have that problem, doesn't seem to have it anymore. And this is whacked out to deep mid wicket, and they're going to get 4. I think you might have touched the rope there.
Yes.
It's just hard to make the red ball soft. Now, can we send out Suryavanshi and Abhishek Sharma and see if they can soften the ball?
Sehwag used to do that, right?
Yeah, but do it from both ends.
Yeah.
Sehwag did it with Wasim Jaffer and Akash Chopra at the other end. They were making the ball actively harder.
But then he had Gambhir also.
Two of my
right?
friends, by the way, lovely people, but you know.
So Punjab make 210.
Punjab make 210. We'll be back here in 10 minutes on Combox, where you can give all your money to Deepak, and or as we know him here today, the Little Spoon. We'll see you in 10 minutes. We'll see you in minutes. Cricket has never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Combox is entering that chat.
Hello and welcome to yet another edition of an IPL All-Time 11 podcast. You might notice a few changes. That's because there's just Varun Alvaconda with me, Saurabh Somani. Varun Alvaconda, you, as Behram likes to say, can't find him anywhere. I am at Saurabh_42 on Twitter or X. And it's just two of us picking one of the more fun teams, I would say, which is Delhi Capitals. And when I was making my initial shortlist based just on numbers and the sort of advanced stats we have, I thought I made a team which had 8 overseas players in it. So that obviously cannot happen. We are picking 12 people. But it's not an impact sub. We are picking an 11 and a 12th man, and we are sticking to the 4 overseas players rule. And they have to have played at least 15 games for Delhi, either in their Daredevils or Capitals avatar, whatever it is. They have to have played at least 15 games, which is why actually one of the guys who's not eligible is KL Rahul. He's played only 14. I saw that when I was looking at the stats. I don't know if how do you feel about this, Varun? Are you like prepped? Are you ready to go all Rob Barron rogue level, or it'll just be a normal rogue?
I think you have to go rogue with Delhi, right? One of the funniest things about doing this whole concept for us is you look at some teams, you're like, I completely get why they were so shit for so long. And this is, I think, one of those things where I'm like, yeah. I 100% understand why Delhi didn't win. Right? Yeah. Like, even with RCB, you're like, okay, they should have won one accidentally. Even Punjab, I felt that. With Delhi, I'm like, these guys should never have won anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like you look at some of their best performers and you see that they've played like 30 matches, 35 matches, and you're like, why haven't they played more? That is a story in itself. It's
like, old Delhi was if they had stuck with their like early Delhi squad, they probably win one, but they just let go of everyone.
Right? Yeah. The early Delhi squad had AB de Villiers and Andre Russell. Imagine both of them together in the same T20 side.
David Warner.
David Warner.
What else?
David Warner. Wow.
Where else do we want to go? Right? Yeah. So,
yeah. Warner, AB, and Russell in the same side, and they don't retain any one of them. So maybe we'll do a better job. So you have first pick, Varun. So why don't
I'll take Virendra Sehwag to open the batting.
Okay.
Like it's a bit of an open goal, this, I think, for Delhi.
Yeah, this was obviously they're waiting to be picked. Sehwag.
Yeah, true strike rate of 49, by the way. Like, he's so underrated. Wow. Yeah. Like as an IPL batter, like I think finally I've been seeing recently Twitter is waking up to how good he was. Like we've been there, we've done that. So like we got there last year, right? And Jared's been on this for like past 3 years or something. So.
Maybe Combox has something to do with social media waking up to Sehwag, because we every time Sehwag is mentioned on a podcast, we talk about how great he was as a T20 and one-day player. We know he was a great in Test cricket, but yeah.
Yeah, I think his Test cricket is a lot more flawed than his IPL batting, isn't it? Like, he's so good in IPL cricket. Do you know, like, when we talk about past good players in the IPL, when we say they'll be good now, you have to almost adjust the errors a bit. Sehwag is one of them. Like, you could just take him from, like, his 2008, 2011 seasons, play it now, and it'll still be a great season now.
Exactly. That's why I always pick him in my all-time IPL 11 teams when there is a restriction of 4 overseas. So I have 2 picks. I'll also go for slightly open goals because I want those to be taken so that we have maximum potential to go rogue later. So I'll take Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah, I had both of them. Like again, that's one of those things when you look at Delhi. There isn't a lot of like great names that just
They
pop up, and these two just like stand out for Delhi, don't they? Like Kuldeep has been great for them, one of their better buys. I want to say in the when did they get him? 2022, right? In the mega auction.
When Kuldeep 2022, yes, mega auction. Yeah.
Yeah, and Akshar they get in it. I want to say like is it a trade or a mini auction? They get him in.
I think actually that's an interesting question.
I think it's a mini auction. I don't because I can't imagine Punjab trading. Punjab retains him in 2018 and they let go of him. Punjab thing, of course, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, great buy. So where do we have Akshar in this team? I think we can bat him at 5. I think that's where I had him.
Oh, that's interesting. Actually, I did not think of Akshar higher up the order, and I was struggling
because
to fit
for
people
Punjab we didn't.
Yeah.
I think if we imagine the players as what they did for the franchise, we've seen Akshar bat in the top 5 for them, right? I think it gives us more flexibility.
That's a very good shout. It does give us more flexibility. So I will put Akshar at 5 for now and Kuldeep at, let's say, 10. Or he could go up to 9, I think. Yeah, and they're both, Akshar, batting and bowling. In fact, Akshar might have a claim to being Delhi's greatest player, in some ways. He's the third highest wicket taker for them ever. And runs wise, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's the 7th highest run getter and the 3rd highest wicket taker for them. So that's pretty. That's also a commentary on how dire Delhi have been. Like they cannot. If Akshar Patel is your 7th highest run getter and your 3rd, Akshar Patel is a great cricketer, but he shouldn't be topping. He shouldn't be in the top 7 of both lists. You should have had better batters there. Anyway, yeah. So back to you, Varun.
So I could go for the obvious Indian batter, but I think because I expect you to get, I'm just gonna block the overseas picks. I'll take Chris Morris as the overseas player because again he stands out for Delhi, right? I think he was a bit underrated by IPL fans. He's an incredible death bowler, and he also bats very well for Delhi, right? Delhi's the one team where they actually get the best out of his batting for a couple of seasons. I think he's really good for Delhi. Yeah. And the other thing is, I don't know if you had him. I'll take Tristan Stubbs because again with the bowling.
I had both of them. I had both of them.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Tristan Stubbs. You guys will find out in our piece this week. He's what we call the finishing anchor, right? Yeah. So essentially he likes to take time. He likes those fights and balls. And then how many times have we seen Tristan Stubbs go from like 10 of 10 to 60 of 30? Right? He's so good at doing that. Like.
No, and Tristan Stubbs is one of the guys who you expect that, even Delhi, now they know what to do better, so they will hang on to him and he will have a long career with Delhi. He will eventually rise up those batting charts. In just counting stats also, he's already good on all our advanced numbers. So what's his true strike rate? It must be pretty...
It's actually only +7 because that's, as I was saying, because he starts very slowly, doesn't he? And then he maximizes death. I think there must have been 2024. He had a strike rate of 300 at the death or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And not just like small samples as well. I think it was like he faced like a good 80 odd deliveries at the death. He's insane.
Yeah, but +7. I'll happily take that, man. If he's 7 higher than the average strike rate at the death, that's pretty good.
Again, as we've said before, not a lot of options here in this team, man.
Not a lot of options,
especially in the middle order.
So, where are we batting Morris? Morris 7?
I had Stubbs 6, Chris Morris 7.
Right. Okay, so I'll put them there for now. Okay, I had a very rogue pick at 6 when I didn't think of Akshar at number 5. So I had Stubbs 5 and a very, very rogue pick at 6, which I'm tempted to pick anyway if I can. Let's see. Okay, so you have taken those 2 overseas. Maybe I can block all the overseas options. Okay, I will do my one rogue overseas pick. It's not exactly rogue, but he has played only, I'll tell you how many matches he has played for Delhi. He has played, I think, only 19 games for Delhi, so he just about qualifies. Yeah, No, he has played 23 games for Delhi. I am picking Kevin Peterson.
I initially had him. He's in my
Okay.
short list, I think, yeah.
Okay.
I think once we did this team, I'll tell you why I went away from him as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But
now
he
I've
was really
taken
good.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm putting him in at 4 for now. That's or 3. Do
More
you want
than
him at
fair.
3 or 4?
Yeah, I think either or works. I don't think it really
Okay, for now
matters,
I've just put him at 4. And second pick. Okay, I'll just take the obvious one again. I'll go Rishabh Pant for
Yeah,
Delhi.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he
I mean,
had to
it
be there.
sorts
Like
out
Delhi's
the-
Rishabh Pant was when he started.
Yeah.
How good was Rishabh Pant? What I'd do to get that Rishabh Pant back, man.
That was the Rishabh Pant we all wanted. Yeah.
Like, such a shame. Like, this is one of the things where, like, do you remember, like, Sanju Samson fans were really upset that, like, why is Pant
Yeah.
getting picked? Go back and look at how good Rishabh Pant was from 2016 to 2019 in
Yes.
the IPL. I wouldn't have picked Sanju Samson ahead of that Rishabh Pant, right? Obviously, Sanju clears him post-COVID. Like, there's no competition there in the IPL, but yeah.
But yeah, that late 2010s period, Rishabh Pant was amazing for Delhi. He was scoring very quickly and he was scoring big runs. He gives you that wicket keeping option.
No, actually,
and
wait.
yeah.
I would suggest putting Pant at 3 because I think he's better when he comes in the
Pant
power
at
play.
3, right? Yes,
Yeah, Pant at 3.
I had him
but
at 3.
Yeah.
At
That's good.
KP at 4, Pant at 3. I mean, that looks like a really, good batting order if you have Seva, KP, Pant, Akshar, Stubbs. It actually looks not bad. I have one more pick, right? Or no, I've made both. I put.
You made
I
both,
picked,
yeah.
I picked Peterson and Pant, yeah.
So I think I'll finish off for overseas and I'll take KG Rabada, who again
Yeah.
was his absolute best for Delhi. What was it? I
Yeah.
think I want to say there was like a 40 or 50 game streak he had for them where he was taking a wicket every game or something. Like it was
He was-
ridiculous for them.
I think the best KG Rabada we have seen is the Delhi KG Rabada in the
Yeah,
IPL.
across everything, right? Even for he wasn't
Yeah.
this good for South Africa ever in T20 cricket.
Yeah,
So
quite could be. Yeah. I put Rabada at 9. He'll obviously bat ahead of Kuldeep Yadav, I think. So
I'd imagine so. Yes.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that overseas. Okay, so you obviously had a different overseas pick than Kevin Peterson, but these are the exact 4 I had. So you have,
So one of the reasons I was thinking of I wanted to go all in on the bowlers, right? Because I looked at the Delhi's batting and I'm like, there isn't enough batting for me to go all in on heavy on the batting. So it's better for us to outbowl every single team. So it's why if you look at it, I had Morne Morkel as my 4th overseas pick. So you just blast the teams away with the bowling.
Okay. Okay. Monte Morkel was in my very strong consideration set, but I just liked what KP had done with Delhi. I saw that century that he had hit for Delhi, and I thought that was like one of the underrated IPL classics. Plus, he was generally, even when Delhi, there was one season, I think 2014, where there were lots of seasons where Delhi finished bottom, but 2014 or 15 they were quite dire. But Peterson was this was after his England exile. He was still good for them in that dire season. So I was just looking at all that, and Morne, I think, played just that one season for them.
We love the game, but we love the stories. Fans have stories. Former players have stories. Journalists have stories as well. Combox brings them all together. The game lives on. Welcome back to Combox. Jared and Varun with you. I don't know if Deepak is around. I don't know if Rob's around today, actually, either. But we're around.
Yeah,
We're
he'll
here.
join in 15 minutes.
People will join. People will go away. That's just life. That's just Combox. That's how we do things. Fascinating, batshit crazy innings, if we're being honest, to start this game. We had a situation where it looked like Punjab were going to make 9,000 runs, but the ball was seaming violently all the way through. And then, I've lost my numbers. I think Priyansh Arya was 48 off 20 balls, and then he scored 8 from his next 13. I can't actually read my notes. I think that's what it says.
I think it was 13 and a 15 as well at one point.
Yeah, he just absolutely got stuck in there as well. Shashank has been subbed out. So he made a golden duck, and he's gone. So, whoops.
Understandable.
Mukesh Kumar, who bowled fantastically on a wicket that was seaming, he's also been subbed out. So it's some random figures. Stark's got 2 for 57 off 4. He's lucky to get those 2 wickets. Akib Nabi bowled the greatest none for 32 we've ever seen. Mukesh Kumar bowled a sensational 1 for 31. Lungi Ngidi went for 46 runs. And Madhav Tiwari ended up with 2 for 40. At one stage, his figures were really, really good. But he bowled some of the worst deliveries we've ever seen as well. No spin bowled so far. Plenty of seam movement, plenty of bounce, plenty of carry for sixes and for the deliveries. Have I missed anything, Varun?
That seems to have summed it up.
Cool. Let's go home. Let's take it home. We think they're going to need quite a lot at the top of their order here. And this is defended back to the bowler by KL Rahul, by Arshdeep Singh.
Oh, Yash Thakur is the impact sub, by the way.
Yeah. I thought I saw Patham Nisanka's name on the list. Did I just
No,
make
for
that up in my
Punjab.
brain? Hey?
No, for Punjab, I'm saying.
Yeah. But Patham Nisanka's not opening. Is he not playing today? Maybe I just misread it before.
No, Ashutosh was Delhi's impact sub, yeah.
Oh, I thought Patham was on the list. Sorry, I think
No,
I might
no.
have said that before. Sorry to anyone who was listening. I got that wrong. This is swinging away. It's edge, guided. It's misfielded.
It might
It's
be
four.
4. Yep.
There we go. Lot going on there. Good ball. He kind of followed it, pushed at it, and you're not going to be surprised at who misfielded this. It is Chahal. Where are we here? Yeah, I must have just misread that before. I thought I went through.
So KL this season versus pace has been fun, Jared. Like this might be the only time I've seen someone have a great pace hitting season without hitting good length or back of the length.
So he's just smashing it when it's shit.
When it's too full or when it's short, he's smashing everything.
This is short, and he just guides this down to Chahal, who picks the ball up beautifully this time. 1 run.
Felt back of the length either.
Yeah.
Stream is frozen.
Moment Arm says, that's intentional. King Lord Rahul guided it for 4. I mean, it was intentional that he was pushing his hands at the ball, and it came roughly off the middle of the bat. It was a shit-house shot, though, and should have been stopped by the fielder who was placed there to stop that ball.
So, Jared, on this pitch, would you recommend batters to be played as late as you can, or just do the opposite, like do a Darryl Mitchell and be so upfront that you're kissing the bowlers?
Nah, because the extra bounce, I don't think you can do that. I think there's a couple of good shots that I think Cooper played 1 and Shreyas played 2, where they stayed back in their crease and just waited for the ball to hit maximum bounce, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This is slashed away by Perel.
Swung though.
Good fielding. Just 1 run.
Yeah, today was consistently high bounce.
Yeah. I just think if you're trying to get on top of that, you're in trouble. If you look at the sort of some of the shots that sort of spooned up in the air, it was mostly when people were trying to come forward. Whereas you can stay back and almost flat bat some of these balls. This one's outside off stump and pace and bounce and missed. Although it's actually swung back. It almost looked like KL sort of pulled his bat inside the line there.
I think it was the natural angle took it away, but it was an in-swinger.
You know, he did play the line. He thought it was going to swing more. Where are we here? So, certainly a slower start. If I'm not mistaken, they made 22 off the first over, Punjab. Is that right? Down leg side, this is a leading edge, and it goes up to mid-on, and there's no run. So, 6 runs off the first over. They are, if we are doing this like a heavyweight boxing competition, 14 runs behind already. No, 16 runs behind.
Yeah.
I just saw here someone said someone's having a go at our scorecard. Our scorecard's great. Oh, it's got Shreyas Rahul instead of KL Rahul.
Oh.
Okay. Scorecard's sensational. No, there's lots of little things. Remember, we're still, this is still all news for us, so we've had to get our people in. But someone else said, who's going to be the MVP of this season?
I mean, his name is Lokesh Rahul, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
it has to be Bhuvi Kumar at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's saying it has 7 balls. Yeah, sometimes these things happen.
Oh.
Happens on the main broadcast too. Remember, it's actually for these companies, and I say this for the TV companies as well. There was one the other day where the TV broadcast had an issue. They're trying to do it in real time, and sometimes you get little issues and stuff coming up. But yeah, another ball that seamed there. What's funny is we're actually seeing right arm seam. Yash is the impact sub.
So pathetic from Arshdeep. Only one ball seemed over 1 degree in that over. He's no Akad Nabi.
It's kind of what I mean, though, isn't it? It's like if you want it to seam, not exactly the attack that you want.
Yeah, swung a lot though.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
yeah.
I think when someone said the Joburg thing before, and they were like, "Oh, he took a bunch of wickets in Joburg or whatever," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, he should be able to swing it everywhere." But specifically, what do you want in those sorts of conditions? You want fast bowlers, you want bouncy bowlers, you want hit the pitch bowlers, right? And this is this kind of wicket as well. There's no reason why, there's no reason why he can't do something like that on this surface himself. I think there was a pitch earlier this year where Arshdeep actually bowled a lot shorter for the same reason, because he knew it was a wicket you had to hit the pitch of. So he has that ability. Is this one is hit to mid-off? And there, I think they forgot to turn the runs on.
Yeah.
9 balls, 6 runs.
So, like, the one thing which I'm already noticing with Delhi is Punjab batters try to hit a lot of 6s, and Delhi feel like they're more 4-y team.
Are they similar to Gujarat?
In a shitsa way, I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't done a video on Gujarat. I really wanted to do it. If they make the finals, it'll be even more interesting. I've got a piece on Gujarat and a piece on, this is going to go for 4 leg buys, I think, unless it hit his gloves on the way down.
I mean, if Gujarat win this IPL, Jared, what do you and I know about T20 cricket anymore?
No, I think it's just bowling, isn't it? Don't we both believe that if you have a good bowling lineup, you can win anything in tournaments?
Yeah, but you and I also believe the batting shouldn't end at 4.
Yeah, you're right. That's a pretty good bowling lineup, though. Prashi Krishna's not even in their side at the moment. Okay, which teams would Prashi Krishna be the best bowler for? There's a lot of teams, right?
I guess Mumbai on current form. KKR? Actually, we wouldn't at KKR.
No, you have the rise.
What a ball that is.
Wow. That one might have seemed, by the way. The last one was off the bat. I thought it was off the gloves. So he got it away, and he's gone from over the wicket to around the wicket. Yash Thakura. He's about 4 foot tall. And this is a wicket that you want to hit the pitch hard, but he seems to have just skidded that back through the gate. Not sure if there was an inside edge. Let's have a look. No inside edge. Just full and straight by the look of it. And straight through him. So Nasanka is out. Sorry, Nasanka's not in the side. Parel is out. That's what I meant.
So Sahil Parak is the next one in.
Yeah. Who has incredible hair from what I saw earlier.
He got an unbelievable booby ball in his first ever IPL game.
Yes,
this didn't he? He's not been very lucky, the poor lad. Then this pitch is seaming.
Did that seam, that last one? Have we got the details through?
No, it's not come through yet. I'll let you know.
It was very full.
It was very full.
Didn't Nasanka make runs last game, or was it the game before?
Yeah, one of them he's been good at making like these 40s. He's not converted them.
Yeah, maybe that's right. I'm trying to remember.
It hasn't
also,
seemed, Jared.
they didn't seem, did it? I didn't
No.
think it did.
What was it? 0.01 degrees of seam.
It just looked straight and full, and he played around it a little bit.
Yeah, it swung a bit, but that's it.
Yeah, Nasanka last game made 50 off 29 balls.
Mhm.
So it could just be that they're just, I mean, they're not playing very good cricket anyway. These things happen.
Oh, they're saying 0.6 degrees. Oh, I must not have done it correctly.
It's still not a massive amount, though, is it? It was very full.
Yeah.
Bharat says, which team beats what? All-time 11 versus an all-time well-structured team in different conditions. Depends on where you're playing and everything else. But if you have all the best players, you should be. I mean, please have a look at all of Australians' cricket history. Sometimes if you just have all the best players, even when you make lots of mistakes, it doesn't matter.
Mm. What even would an all-time well-structured team be?
I was thinking that as well. Like it's a weird one.
I guess if he means like if we do what all the former cricketers do and have like Kallis 6 and Sangha keeping 7, that sort of teams versus like a very well-structured position-wise teams, which would win.
Yash Thakur coming in again, back of a length.
Yeah, thanks for searching, Jared. If you and I were picking a team, we'd pick Garner as the first change bowler, which most people won't.
Yeah. Shield Berry didn't have him in his top 50 fast bowlers.
Yeah. What was it, 27th, I want to say?
HB says, your top 5 greats. Mine is Don, Sachin, Shane, Glenn, Callis. Mine would be Imran, Bradman, Sobers.
Mm-hmm.
Imran, Bradman, Sobers. Oh, I don't know where I'd go on 4 and 5. Maybe Callis again. Callis maybe.
Yeah.
And then
I don't mind McGrath there.
I was going to say then maybe McGrath.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Sachin. He's a batter.
I don't have Sachin far back.
Yeah, all batters are not great cricketers for me.
But you'd have Sachin over like Marshall. Or Garner.
Maybe.
Or Murali, probably.
I don't know if I'd have him over Murali.
Actually, yeah, maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you wouldn't have him Murali.
See, Marshall, Garner I can understand, like, because longevity and sample size.
Andy has Bumrah over McGrath. Not yet.
No, not yet.
No, I mean, it could happen, but it certainly hasn't happened yet. And
I think he's a better older ball
over the
bowler
top
than
from
McGrath.
KL for 4.
I think he's a better older ball bowler than McGrath is.
Oh, yeah. Although McGrath, the thing with McGrath is we always go on and on about how great Bumrah is with the old ball. I'm pretty sure McGrath was great with the old ball too.
Yeah. It's just that McGrath's so much better than Bumrah is with the new ball.
Yeah. The big difference between them, if you're looking at like great players, is Bumrah, by the time Bumrah has impact on the game is already sort of gone somewhere. By the time McGrath's had an impact on the game, he might have already won it. That's the biggest difference with McGrath. It's why he's so important compared to anyone else. He really is the best new ball bowler we've ever seen. Top edge straight up in the air. Should be safe. No! Oh, it's dropped!
Oh, it's out.
Marco!
Oh, no, they're celebrating. He's got it.
Did he? What was on the ground then?
Him.
Oh, he did. No, it's fine. There's so many moving parts to Marco Janssen that maybe it looked like some of them had come off there, but he's managed to catch it. It's a good effort from slip. I'm not sure why the keeper didn't go back and take that.
Indeed.
But Arshdeep's come in, back of a length ball, and KL's tried to just clip it off his pads. It got a leading edge, extra bounce. And for some reason, Marco's just waved the keeper off. He's just said to Prab, I don't need you here.
It's crazy. I'm surprised they actually held on.
Good catch, though, in the end.
Yeah. Barron will be happy.
Arjun says, hipster nonsense. Yeah, let me pick Peter Siddle over Sachin because he's bowler. We said Murali over Sachin. not Peter Siddle.
I'd take the greatest bowlers I think are better cricketers than greatest batters are. I'm more than happy with saying that.
Yeah. In Test cricket specifically.
Test cricket, absolutely, yeah.
You'd much rather have bowlers.
Mm.
It's not the same thing, Arjun. If you think Murali is the only man who's ever taken 800 wickets, and he's an absolute.
That was not the
great
same
everywhere.
thing.
Yeah, it's not the same thing as Peter Siddle.
That is not the same thing.
Peter Siddle averaged 30 with the ball.
Mm.
Finally, we got the right answer here. Mukesh McGrath over everyone. We also oh wait, I got the wrong. Unknown Nobody says DC all out for 400. That's what we were saying before. It kind of felt like the kind of game where they got too many runs, and then there was every chance this was going to be a terrible innings. I think I might have said that. Did I at the end of the innings? There was a big chance of this happening. It's just because of the way the pitch is. Realistically, when did they lose their third wicket, Punjab? 15th over?
That was a while, yeah.
Right? You shouldn't really be losing your third wicket in the 15th over on a pitch like this.
So Andy's saying, isn't Bumrah more well-rounded than McGrath is?
No, probably
because
not.
Bumrah is much worse than McGrath is with the new ball.
The one thing I like about Bumrah specifically is that that he's a strike bowler with the older ball, and if you it's Bumrah compared so as Varun was saying before, if you look at Joel Garner, the reason we rate Joel Garner so high is it's actually very hard to find another bowler like Joel Garner ever in the history of cricket who's that good without the new ball. So it's much harder. So Bumrah and Joel Garner are much rarer than McGrath, right? But the problem is that McGrath is still, even in a sport with so many people who are good with the new ball, he's so much better with the new ball than anyone else. And he's still great with the old ball. I don't know if we have all of his numbers. Rob Barron's here, maybe. Here he is.
Of course he is. How's it going?
Oh.
Well, it's just going to be shit now, isn't it?
This game?
Yeah.
I think we've done today, Robin, the Watchalong is talk about Test cricket.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'll play.
No, World Cups as well. 2 different World Cups, I think.
I mean, it's one of the weirdest pitches and the most confusing pitches I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
it's play and miss or 6.
I'm wearing the Audio Technica ATH M50X, I want to say.
That's exactly what we were hoping you would say.
Now what headphones I'm wearing.
All right. Someone actually asked that.
Yeah.
They might want headphones.
It's just because you look hot. That's what it is. They've called Yashin from the wilderness.
Yeah, he's done well.
Ooh.
Gets pumped over long off for 6.
What a shot that is.
As Varun finished his sentence. Sahil! Is that his first runs in the IPL?
Yeah, he got out for like a stunning booey ball in the last.
He's played like 4 balls, hasn't he? And he's the 4th one. He's just like, what if I just hit this one over mid off for 6?
Dot wicket .6 is his first 4 IPL balls.
I like him. More of this, please. What a shot that is.
Yeah.
So the Shreyas Iyer forward defense pull out of the shot and then it flies for 6 off one hand, right?
And then Giddy just laughing at it, right?
I watched that. I was like, what even is cricket? Like, what is cricket if you can score 6 from that ball and that shot? Because he was like, oh, that ball's completely done me. I'm not going to play any shot. I'm just going to block it into the floor. And then the camera pans back and it's gone over long on for 6. I just don't understand. I don't understand cricket at all.
So Andy was saying about Bumrah versus McGrath. So this is from the 20th over onwards. From the 20th over to the 80th over in Test match cricket, Bumrah averages 19.3, which is just ridiculous, right? What do you think McGrath's average is in that period?
23.
20.3. It's almost the same.
Wow.
Yeah, I think if you look at career, it would be slightly high because 90s he wasn't as good, right?
McGrath?
Yeah.
Well, some of that includes when he was over the hill, though, and he was bowling.
Yeah, but he was
Rob's pace.
He was always good, though. He was always good in the 2000s,
What,
no?
7 miles an hour. That's my Stubbs has caught up. He's a runner ball 4 off 4.
Hey,
He will be 10 off 10. We know that. Maybe 11 off 10 if he's really going for it.
If you look at it just from 40th over onwards, Bumrah averages 18.8.
Okay.
McGrath averages 19.3.
I think the one common thing between the two of them is they're some of the best top order bowlers we've seen. Sorry, bowlers to the top 6 batters we've seen from whatever we've looked at the data.
I think I don't know if this is still the case. You might have to tell me if Bumrah's gone past him. But McGrath was the best bowler to the top order.
I think McGrath's
existed. Yeah,
definitely number one. Yeah.
I don't know if that's still the case, but it was the last time I checked.
God, I think I had it
because there was a period of time where Cummins was sort of coming for him, and then Cummins slowed down and Bumrah started to come for him. But I don't think either of them actually ever caught up to him.
It's gonna check. This must have it somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think your 2000 thing quite holds up, man. This is defended, squirted even.
So back when we had the Crickvis thing, I think I remember. I think I looked this up. Then Bumrah was averaging like 22-ish versus the top 7. McGrath's like 24 versus the tail. It's like 11 for Bumrah and 12.5 for McGrath.
So McGrath in his first 8 tests averages 45, right? Then from 1995 until 2000, he doesn't have a year he averages over 24. In the year 2000, he took 39 wickets at 15.5. He doesn't really have a bad year, to be fair, until 2006, where he's almost... Oh, no, sorry, 2003. He doesn't... that was when he was coming back from injury. He only played a couple of games. Sliced over the offside again by Sahil.
I know
I like
doesn't he average like 20 in the 2000s or something?
McGrath?
Yeah.
I mean, eyeballing this, it would look right. But being that his overall record is 21.64, he can't have been that much worse than the 90s, even with the bad start. You know what the best thing with him is, and I don't know what Bumrah's record would be as well, but McGrath was much better at home. Away than he was at home.
Lords, though, right?
He was pretty good at Lords.
Him just bashing England all the time.
Also, Australian pitches are flat.
Yeah, really flat. That's why I was surprised by the middle over numbers, because I would have thought in Australia, that's the worst time to bowl, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was pre-reverse swing, and you're just bowling on flat Australian wickets where even... I remember going to an MCG day where Sarwan and Lara batted the whole day, if I remember correctly. Like, there were lots of days like that in Australia back in that period.
So Backtwitch is asking, does having Shane Warne operating at the other end hurt McGrath's bowling average? So in cases like that, you'd see less wickets, but better average.
Yeah, always helps. Because in McGrath's case, he's bowling with fresher play. So having Jadeja and Ashwin helps Bumrah as well. Any situation where having Gillespie, all those West Indian bowlers all end up lowering each other's bowling averages.
That's different to like Richard Hadley always having to bowl in New Zealand.
Or Murali or Fazal
Murali always having to bowl for Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah, those guys are bowling until they get a wicket, and they're bowling against fresh batters very rarely, unless they've taken the wicket themselves.
Yeah.
Third over for Arshdeep, eh? They don't do that very often.
So Amu is asking, did McGrath have a Yorker or a slow ball? He has a good Yorker, doesn't he? I know he has a nasty bouncer as well.
After Ghana, McGrath was thought to have the best Yorker of the early part of limited overs cricket. Slow ball, he had a decent cutter, but didn't need it that much, to be fair. But he had a very good split finger slow ball for a little while, didn't he, Rob?
So he did. I mean, he had lots more tricks than he was given credit for, I think, McGrath, because he was, his poster says that all he does is bowl the same ball over and over and over again, but he didn't really, did he?
No.
So Abu Christopher is saying Kapil is underrated for this reason. This is actually not true. We looked this up, right? Imran and Richard Hadley bowl more overs per match than Kapil does.
But Kapil still had the same problem, I think, is what he's saying of, this is caught! Chahal's going to get a catch for Punjab! I didn't even know you were allowed to do that!
That is 5 bell rings because Chahal has caught a catch, right? He hasn't got a stomach, but he used his stomach to catch it, right? Because he didn't catch it properly because he's Chahal, but he kind of just sort of gathered it like it was a really precious baby into his midriff. Right, watch. He doesn't.
Oh
catch
my God.
It lands here, right? It lands
I didn't
here.
see that.
And then he just hugs the ball and hopes that it sticks. And somehow it does. The baby doesn't fall.
Look at Arshdeep, like literally mocking him. He's just taking a catch off Arshdeep, and Arshdeep is mocking him.
Like, even when he catches it, it's like, why don't you just catch it with your hand, you idiot? But yeah, fair enough. I mean, that is the absolute. I mean, Parak can really feel very, very unlucky there, because it's a legitimate tactic when you're batting to aim at Chahal, and he's aimed it at him, and that is very good comment. The ball caught Chahal. Yes, it did. It would have been really funny if that had a bit more pace on it. It would have hit Chahal and sent him over the rope for 6. And then what happened? Then what's the rule?
Abbe says Marshall is better than both. Stop glazing both. I think all three of them are pretty similar. The one thing I would give McGrath and Bumrah is that they're much better in all formats. Marshall drops off massively in ODI cricket.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons I also probably held Bumrah back behind, let's say, McGrath or Garner or Wasim in ODI cricket is the new ball bowling.
So say that again, sorry?
Sorry, the one reason, if you look at ODI cricket as well, one of the reasons I don't rate Bumrah maybe as high as Wasim, McGrath or Garner is because of the new ball bowling.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Was that off the pad? That's rubbish cricket from everybody. Including the umpire, I think. It's first ball to a new bat. It's wide down the leg side. It's hit the pad. The keeper's missed it. Everyone's falling on the floor, and the umpire gives it wide. And I think they run a bye.
Prab says, guys, describe your favorite team losing, heartbreak, and how emotional you were. Mine is 2003 World Cup final, 2019 semi-final. You can't have 3.
Yeah, you're allowed 1.
Yeah.
Can't ask one question and give 3 answers.
I don't even know what mine is.
I think mine is probably, I'm trying to remember back what year it was, but I know who was playing in the game. It was Victoria versus Queensland in a Shield final in Queensland. And there was I think Klinger was caught off one that bounced about 4 meters in front of the slip cord. And to be fair, as a Victorian, we can't complain because we did that all the time in Victoria. But I just remember that game. For whatever reason, we really convinced ourselves that Victoria was finally going to be good in our era because they never had been. And then they just shit the bed and it didn't work. And so that would probably be the one. I just remember me and my friends being so depressed after that game. Klinger never made a run for Victoria, Rob. I'd have to go back and have a look at it, but I reckon he averages 24 for Victoria over 10 years. Goes to South Australia first year, averages 50.
He was a complete run machine in both the early Big Bash for Perth, wasn't he?
Yep.
And then for who was it in the Blast?
Gloucester?
Yeah, I think so. One of the unfashionable teams.
What's your heartbreak, Rob?
In cricket, I'm a bad fan because I've the only team that I would say that I've supported properly, as in followed them places and gone and watched a lot, is England, really. And I kind of know what to expect from England, and I've never been that gutted when England lost. I went to the 0-5 loss in Australia in the Ashes, and whilst it was disappointing, I can't say I was emotional or heartbroken. I just thought it was quite funny how shit we were. I don't really get like that. When I was a kid, if England got knocked out of the World Cup at football, I'd be really upset. That kind of thing. But cricket has never had that for me. I've always found cricket a very funny and silly sport, so it doesn't affect me emotionally like that. Also, when you constantly bet on everything, you totally lose any sort of care about which teams which and which ones you like. I just want them to make me money at all times, and I don't care how that happens.
And a very similar thing happens when you're in the media as well. I remember God, who was it? It was someone I'd been working with for ages. Might have been Ian Bell. Ian Bell had the huge 2013 Ashes, right?
Yeah.
And I'd work with him all the way through. So I was doing videos with him once a week, right? And got to know him really, really well. And then Australia wins the 2013-2014 Ashes, and I'm still working with Belly, right? And things are not going well. So Ian Bell's gone from the best batter 6 months earlier to the whole team not making any runs. And so you end up living that. And so you don't even feel the games in the same way because, you've got friends who are doing well or not doing well, or, you end up talking about your agendas more, or the article you've got it coming up next, or I've got an interview with this person and this person keeps failing and I can't put it out.
Yeah, I'm a full-time gambler. I'm not somebody that gets. I used to really like Hampshire when a mate of mine played for them and they had Warren and everything. But if Hampshire lost, I didn't care, right? Like, it doesn't affect me.
Oh, Marco's here. We said this might be a pitch for him. First ball, angled in, bounces, moves away, missed.
Yeah, so for me, it's probably I would say, yeah, I'd agree with this. The 23 final was a bit sad, and the 2019 semi-final was bad as well. Even in 2019, it was a bad year as a Dhoni fan, because it's like Chennai lose by 1 run, and then he gets run out in the semi-finals.
It was an amazing throw from Guptill. Amazing throw.
An amazing throw.
Who didn't really bat in that whole World Cup, but
did a great throw and a great catch.
Probably the best catch of that tournament that no one ever shows. And him and Cottrell, wasn't it? The two amazing ones. And he also did an amazing throw to run Stokes out in the final, but it hit the bat and was wrongly given 6. And then England won the World Cup. But I went to both days of that semi-final. I was living in Spain at the time and flew back to watch the semis and the final in England. And we couldn't really believe that because
Aksha, 6-second ball down the ground, if you don't mind, umpire.
That's his first good shot of this IPL.
Comfortably.
And that is a great shot, to be fair.
Can I just put this up? Sean says, as a South African, every World Cup. Poor bastards. Gian Dad says, Chahal 1, Shashank and Curran 0.
Imagine being outfielded by Yuzi Chahal.
By his belly button. Lucky he's got an innie, because if he had an outie, he would have dropped that.
Yeah. That's what you call a bad catch. If there is such a thing as a bad catch, that was a bad catch, because he didn't really catch it. It just stayed around his person long enough for the other guy to be out. What's Aksar's job here? Is he fighting the fire, or is he just blazing and hope they can get back somewhere?
I think they should just NRR farm now. I don't think they'll win.
Why go for run rate when you're Delhi? You got to win.
Oh yeah, that's a good point as well. What are they even showing here? They're showing his angle of release, his release height. No, it's not even his release height.
It's just somebody with some crayons, isn't it?
What am I even looking at here? How is his release height only 2 meters?
Also, one of his it has to be more than 2 meters, does it? One of the lines was this, it had just drawn a little mustache across his face. It wasn't attached to anything. Why do we need to know how far the ball is from his upper lip?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
He was just drawing the mustache on.
They've just put a random line of how high is your bowling from your lip?
I would turn him into a giraffe if I was doing that.
So Stubbs is 7 of 11. He's showing some range at least.
Well, when he hits this ball for 4, it's going to be 11 off 12, and then he's in very.
He's going to end up with an 80 off 35 anyway. So it doesn't matter.
13 of 12, which is a very Stubbs score. Ooh.
Oh,
never mind. He's continuing. See, now if Stubbs wants to complete his finishing anchor arc, he has to start hitting when the run rate's out of reach.
Is Miller playing? Miller is playing in this team as well, isn't he?
Yep.
And Ashutosh is playing too. I suppose you can't have Stubbs and Miller doing the exact same thing in this chase.
I mean, we know they will.
Can't you?
I mean, at the same time, that would just be too silly. That is one where you just fast forward 3 overs.
Simulate anchors.
See, now I want wickets now because I just don't want them to get to like 160 on this pitch now. No, but like you take like a 25-15 from Akshar now, right? All you need to do is delay Miller for a bit.
Yeah, it's such a weird role, isn't it? Is just delay a better player coming in, please. That's what your job is.
Yeah.
It's a bit like such a silly sport.
I mean, his other role would be hit spin.
Just get on with it. They didn't bowl any spin in the first innings.
Yeah.
Would you not have a look on the craziest pitch of all time? Would you not have a look to see what spin bowler gets out of it? I would.
I don't think.
I mean, to be fair, we were seeming so wide
anyway, aren't we? I'd actually say to Chahal, can you bowl seam up?
He's Ben Dwarshuis, of course. That's who we all thought was going to come on and bowl. Is Sean Abbott going to play in the next game?
Ben Dwarshuis has played in every season of the Big Bash, surely.
Yeah, I think I've bet on him to be top bowler in every season as well, and I'm not sure he's done it.
He's got a good mustache. I like his mustache.
He's a really good hitter, Ben Dwarshuis.
No.
He is.
He's occasionally a really good hitter.
Now, he can hit actually hitting the ball, he can hit it miles. Like
yeah. When he makes contact, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't mean he's like... Oh, good. Another one through the legs of the wicket keeper.
I think there was a period of time, Rob, where there must have been about 3 years where for Cricinfo I covered the Big Bash, right? Went out there. And every time I'd be at a game where he was there and the game was over and the team just needed to roll over and die. And he would just make 35 off 17. And he almost never won those games. He just brought them back and then they would lose anyway.
Yeah. I watched all of those. I was probably on him top bat every time at 80s or whatever. He's just one of those you kind of have to back because he can score 30 of 8.
Yeah. I thought that was probably the reason. Like, he's playing for Australia and in the IPL now. That's probably the reason, because his bowling is not quite there, is it? He's a okay bowler, but he's not a massive plus. He's a good wicket taker at times, but he can go for lots of runs. He skids onto the bat.
He's a wicket taker, yeah. I wouldn't say he's a good bowler, but he's a wicket taker. He's a sort of guy in a good attack that can get you wickets because the other guys have to go after him because they're keeping the run rate down. You know
he's actually the kind of guy I don't really want as an IPL bowler, because I think there's a lot of Indian bowlers who sort of bowl that sort of skiddy swing, even with the left arm. Like, you can always find one of these guys. He's the wicket. No, he doesn't, because Arshdeep Singh has kicked the ball away. He's dropped the ball at long on and then just booted it.
Arshdeep was taking the piss out of Chahal for catching a ball. What do you do with that? That should be called, I'm not going to say 1 million out of 1 million, but it's pretty close. Like, that is really, really easy. And what he should have done, if he's going to kick it first. Just control it on your thigh, flick it up and catch it. How the hell has he dropped that?
Jesus,
he took his eyes off it. You can see.
All right, I'm going to watch it again here. So Dwarshuis should have got his wicket. It would be a good shot from stuff. There's nobody there. What the hell is that? And because of the universe, the next ball goes to the boundary. That's just the rules. It's the law.
Can I take you through Ben Dwarshuis's batting average in T20 cricket over the years?
Yes, please. Average, though, doesn't really help when he bats where he bats.
No, but it tells you, it will when you hear the numbers I say.
Go on.
56, 12, 8, 16, 27, 16, 5, 25, 27, 5.
So what you're saying is he's consistent. That's what you're saying.
He's either 27 or 5. I love it. It just gets this over the top. Good hit by Akshar and gets another boundary. So this is the year he's playing for Australia and in the IPL. And this year he's made 27 runs.
Yeah, well, they had one of the best T20 tails of all time, that Sydney Sixers team. They had proper players all the way down the order in that.
He made 500 runs last year, Rob.
Did he?
And do you know how many runs he's made in his career? Can't be much more than that. He's made 1,200 runs in his career, and last year he made 500 of them. And this year he's averaging 5.
Yeah, so he's a really easy guy to work out what's going to happen. Right, what's happening here? Because
why are they putting so many wides?
Both the wicket keepers aren't able to stop the ball. This is like a really weird... I know it's a weird ground anyway because they're in the Himalayas, right? And the air does stupid stuff. But why can't the wicket keepers stop the ball that's going straight at them? Why is that?
That's altitude, mate. It's very hard to wicket keep in altitude. Everyone knows this.
Yeah. What's the excuse in the other games?
This sack of potatoes would definitely be the scores would be very different if sack of potatoes was wicket keeping today. Axar Patel has stank every single game, right? Every single game, and he's 16 off 7 and looking magnificent here.
And against pace, not spin.
He's like strike rate 70 this IPL, averaging 6 or 5. Yeah. And now he's just gunning it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really, really confusing game of cricket to me.
Yeah. Well, we were saying before, because I thought there was a big chance that Delhi would just lose wickets early, right? Just because the wicket is like that. But also go back to Punjab, right? Forget what Prab did at the start. No, sorry, what Arya did at the start, right? But go back. How do you only lose 2 wickets in the first 14 to 15 overs on this surface?
Yeah, not possible.
Yeah, it is remarkable.
But Axar looks like control percentage. 100,
oh, what a shot that is again!
Of every ball, brilliant.
But also, I felt the same with. I mean, Shreyas played a similar kind of innings, right? Where Shreyas just went, I'm either going to play and miss or I'm going to hit the ball off the dead center of the bat, even when I'm not trying to.
Yeah. I thought it was a legitimate tactic when they had wickets in hand to just do what Shedjay did and just try and smoke every ball for 6. Because if you get a bit of it,
is
the
it
air
Shedjay or is it Shedj?
I don't know.
Shedjay. So we're both wrong.
What is it? Shedjay.
So Shed and Gay.
I've got a picture of me with a gay shed. Hang on a minute, I'll show you.
In the meantime, Prithvi is a super chat for us. Stubbs always goes 13 of 11, but it feels like he can't rotate strike at all. He seems to be taking so many accidental singles. I don't know about the accidental singles.
Who is the richest amongst us? Oh, that's a beautiful shed.
And it's a good looking shed.
Oh, wait, you're wearing the shed?
Yeah, I'm wearing the gay shed, yeah.
No, I think it's a straight shed.
Yeah, that's a straight shed, man.
I don't know, mate.
Might not be a straight man in
it. When we bought our house, that was in the garden, and I wanted to keep it, but I was overruled.
This is an easy question. Prab says, who's the richest amongst you? It's Rob, then it's me, then it's Rob, then it's me, then it's Rob, then it's me. And that's just because of how much money Rob wins or loses.
Yeah, I can get very close to 0 very often. Yeah, most people wouldn't be able to cope with my bank account. It is frequently very close to 0. But then, why have a boring life?
It is a good question.
So we said Marco would be unplayable on this. Oh, and just as I say that, he's bowled his second unplayable ball. But he has been going for lots of runs in between them.
Yeah.
He's only got past 2 once this season. And in his 3 games before this season, he scored 0, 0, and 2.
Was he was averaging 6, wasn't he, this year? Or 8?
So against Namibia, he scored 0 off 1. Against Pakistan, he scored 0 off 1. Against England, he scored 2 off 2. Oh. And then this season, 0, 2, 1, 26, 2, 0, 2. So he loves getting out for 2.
Here's one of my main problems with Marco. He could be one of the best cricketers in the world because he is absolutely ridiculously talented. But for fuck's sake, Marco, you have one job. Bowl back of the length, angled in at the body, and just let the bounce take over and any seam movement, right? And instead, he's bowled all these other fucking balls, and now he's bowled 2 of them in a row, and no one could hit these last 2 balls. He's unlucky here. He's got the edge, but it's going to be 4.
No,
actually, it's not a bad shot. A little bit of a scoot. Yeah. Well, it was a deliberate shot. I'm not sure it hit the middle of the bat, though.
Yeah, nothing makes any sense at all today.
So, Rob, Abey's asking you, any 500 to 1 or bigger winners in your career?
Yeah. Yes, I have. I'm trying to think. So top bat, I haven't had 500. I've had 200. And I've done doubles and multis that are much bigger. So I backed Kedar Jadhav when he was out in the 49 all out at 200 when he'd scored 9 or whatever. That was a good one. I've had some tail enders at those sort of prices. I'm trying to think. I've never done the match winner. So I backed a team on Betfair at bigger than 500 and they won, and I barely made any money on the game because I messed it up. That was a West Indies Zimbabwe in about 2006 on an absolute dog, and Zimbabwe got like 110 or something, and West Indies chased it 9 down or so. It was one of those, and I should have made life changing, and I buggered it up. I'm trying to think a single of 500s. I mean, I must have done. I've had that many bets. I must have done.
I don't know if me and Rob have talked about this. This could be a run out. Get to the stumps.
Oh,
he's got him. Direct hit. Didn't need to get to the stumps, apparently. Not great fielding, but Stubbs is gone. The ball, Akshar squirted it out on the offside, just back to the point. Stubbs wanted the run, and Akshar was like, I don't think there's a run there. And I'm with Akshar on this. I'm not sure there was ever a run there. And a direct hit from backward point. Who did the throw? Did anyone see that?
I did not see who threw the ball. Connolly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Connolly.
Yeah. Good throw.
By meters. And
Good
lucky
throw.
he hit the stumps because no one had got back to the stumps.
Why is there
Jared, Marco's diagram thing is hilarious.
What? What are we talking about?
As the pitch, not the pitch. What's that called? The beehive.
Oh,
The season.
oh yeah. We looked at so and so's before as well, didn't we?
We did Overton before, right?
Yeah, Overton. Yeah. Rob, I don't know if I've told you this, but there was a PSL game when I first started betting. So it must have been 2003, and I was looking at a game, and they got whoever the PSL team were, they got to 200 to 1 on Betfair.
Yeah.
And it was like really early in the game, and I was like, this ball has gone soft. Like, there's no more wickets coming here. And I put it on, and they ended up coming back and winning. I think they chased like 180 or 190 from let's say 30 for 5 or something, and won that. So
Jared, this is Marco this season.
Spraying it.
Wait, is that to left hand and right hand?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
for
a
fuck's
mirrored
sake!
left hand.
That's shit house.
So
What
he's
the
spraying
fuck
it.
is that?
He's spraying it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't think he can be as good as he should be until he fixes this, guys.
This is really insane.
This is everywhere.
And occasionally he just get it right at the top of stumps.
Fascinating. He's not bowling the Yorker much either.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, put that way, it's hurting my eyes.
Because it's too scattered.
Yeah. I had a...
You should have seen Overton's before. It's just one zone. Same ball to everyone.
Well, I had 350 to 1 winner on a football match when I was completely skimmed once. Spurs 4, Arsenal 4. And really thought long and hard about it. And I think I had something like 20 quid on and won 7 grand. That was good. But one of my favorite big price winners, and it was a double, so it doesn't really count as a big price winner. But I quit working for a betting company. And they said, we'll let you have a bet to win a few hundred quid on your account so that you're not just constantly getting loads of other people's names, right? And as everybody that has ever said they're going to name me a bet does, they closed the account after the first bet and told me to bugger off. So I opened an account in my housemate's name, or my housemate opened an account and I used it. Let's say it that way around. And the system wouldn't take bets of any size. They were set up very badly. But if you did doubles, you could get a proper bet on, right?
Yeah.
So it was a T20 World Cup game, England playing West Indies. And on the same day, Sri Lanka were playing somebody. And it was back when Dilshan used to open the batting and the bowling, and he was a gun.
Yeah.
And I really fancied West Indies to beat England. And the game was a 50-50 game, right? So they had Dilshan, man of the match, priced up at 16 to 1, which was ridiculous. Way too big. He should have been 16s if he was just a bowler back then, and he wasn't. He was the opening bat as well and one of the best players in the tournament. Anyway, so I wanted to back Dilshan. First ball, leg side, rubbish.
Is that dropped?
Dropped. Yeah, that was Axar on strike, wasn't it?
It was Akshar on strike, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Who was that out of deep mid wicket? I didn't pick that up at all.
That looks like
It's
Tiwari. I need to see it again. That's rubbish, isn't it? Straight to him.
Is Miller going to be 12 of 10 again?
Anyway, so I wanted to back Dilshan at 16s, but they wouldn't let me because the system didn't work. So I had to put someone in to back the double. And then I looked at the England West Indies prices, and Johnson Charles opened for the West Indies back then.
yeah.
And they were 20 to 1 Johnson Charles. So I had a 50 quid double at 16s and 20s, which pays like 350 something to 1. And it won, right? And so I took a load of money out of them. And they called me up. It's like 18 grand or something. And they called me up and they said, I'm not going to say what my housemate's name was, but let's say my housemate's name was pick a random man's name, Jared.
Cletus Van Jokel, right? And they phoned me up, or whoever the company was, and they said, hi Rob. I said, hi, I've left the company now, so I don't owe you shit. They said, hi, Cletus Van Jokel had a great bet today, didn't he? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And he said, well, we have suspicions that you might have influenced this person. And I said, I don't care what your suspicions were, but I do care that you're telling me confidential information about his account. So I suggest you pay him immediately. Yeah. And so I got the money, because otherwise I would have kept it. But how stupid is that? They phoned me to discuss somebody else's bet. That was a lovely day, because I was skint then as well. That's so crazy that a betting company would do that and think it was okay.
It's a while ago now. We're talking, when was that World Cup? That would have been 2011, maybe. Was there a World Cup then, Farron?
Yeah.
Would have been that World Cup.
Can't even remember who the winner was.
I've got a feeling that was the Ajanta Mendes. Did he get 6 or 7 against Zimbabwe? Was that one?
No, that was T20 he gets it.
Hey?
Wasn't that a T20 Ajanta gets assist for?
Yeah, I think I'm on about T20.
There was a T20 World Cup in 2012.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that.
Yeah, he took a whole bunch in a game there.
The Watson tournament is
might have
2012.
been at that game.
Yeah, here we go.
I tell you exactly why. What game was it, Rob? Is this
September 2012. West Indies v England. Player of the match, Johnson Charles.
And that was in Candy or
Candy. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was there when it happened.
Because he batted with Chris Gale for ages, and Gale got out for 58, and then he went on. I've got a feeling Stephen Finn dropped a catch that really helped me. And then England didn't chase it.
Good early fall here from Miller. If he doesn't end up at 10 off 10 and he could stay a little bit ahead of the rate, as Marco's all over the phone.
Miller is 12 off 10, Jared.
What did I say?
I think you said 10 off 10.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. No, I just mean if he doesn't do that. They're not far off the rate here at the moment. They have lost too many wickets, so that's going to be the big problem.
Nearly 13 and over, don't they?
No, but I'm saying, they're not that far away from what Punjab did, right? If you put a partnership on, you can catch up very quickly on this ground, right? Especially if the ball stops moving around. So the Ajanta Mendes thing, Rob, is fascinating because I basically said that he'd been worked out by everyone before that World Cup, which was 100% true, except what I hadn't figured in is that when he was playing the World Cup, he's going to be playing against a whole bunch of players who hadn't played him before.
Exactly.
And so he still took and I got savaged all the way through that World Cup. All the way through.
It was literally first game, he got 6 for 8. First game of the World Cup. And I'm not massively comfortable talking about my winners. I prefer talking about my losers, but I backed him at 40-1 top wicket taker that World Cup. And that was really good. I had a great World Cup. That was one of my best ever, that.
Nice.
Do you know what price the West Indies were to win that World Cup?
33s.
They were 16s to win that World Cup. And
I've seen so many leg side fours today.
Yeah.
And they had Chris Gale, Dwayne Bravo, Karen Pollard, Andre Russell, Darren Sammy, Sunil Narain, Samuel Badri. And that team was 16-1 to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
That's how bad bookies are,
man. So I got the Ajanta Mendes thing wrong. But West Indies was the team I picked. So I had one very bad call and one very good call. Rundatron says, why do keepers not wear helmets on a wicket like this? It's very hard to keep back with a helmet. Players don't find it as comfortable. I think they probably just need different kinds of helmets. I actually don't think wicket keepers should be using the same helmets that batters use anyway. I know they're slightly modified, but I just think they're the wrong design for...
Why don't they wear like old school ice hockey keepers, horror film helmet, face mask?
Didn't DK used to wear that?
Yeah, we have had... who was the wicket keeper from New Zealand who I'm friends with, and I can't remember his name? McGlashan. He used to wear the baseball grill, didn't
Good
he?
friends.
Hey, great
Good
friends. Best friends. He's a counsellor in New Zealand at the moment. He's like a Greens counsellor. He rides his bike everywhere. He's a lovely guy. You'd like him.
Have you ever been to a counsellor?
Sorry?
Have you ever been to a counsellor? It's a fair question.
Oh,
Not-
you mean
Not like, oh, you mean like a political counsellor?
yeah, I meant political.
I thought
yeah.
you meant like a mental counsellor.
He might be one of those too.
I
I
thought you
don't
meant like
know. He's a
counsellor,
very
like a
talented
lawyer.
man. His
So like a
sister
lawyer
played
called-
him and his sister. He's one of the few brother and sister combinations, aren't they? Have I been to a counsellor? Because I had so many problems with my diet, I went and saw a hypno counsellor type person, but I was just like, this feels like bullshit to me.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I ever went back or paid them.
I mean, it must be like psychological when you go to that, because if you believe it in enough, you believe what they're telling you is working.
Yeah, but it was
do
interesting though. But it was, I think I wanted to go there to learn about diet and hopefully, relax a little bit. And he wanted to talk about my mother, and I was like,
Yeah.
my mother isn't the reason I've got a weird thing with food. There's clear, and now I know what it is. Like now it's probably ADHD, neurodiversity stuff, right? But I didn't know that at the time, and so, I'm not sure you can
No, mine is
hypnotherapy
simple.
that
I'm
out
just
of
fat
me.
and lazy.
Yeah, I know why I'm fat. It's because I eat too much and drink too much.
So I wasn't so much about the fatness at that stage, although I was overweight back then. It was more about the fact that I only ate a limited amount of foods. And now I understand that I still eat a limited amount of foods. It's just that I now know how I can change and try new things, if that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, going to India and Sri Lanka like 8 times in 5 years, kind of, I had to adapt or die, right? Like,
Yeah.
at a certain point, there's not much you can do, especially if you're not in the hotels the whole time. It's a bit easier for the players, but if you're media, you're out and about.
I don't think my diet would change very much at all if I went to India. It would be very similar to what it is now.
No, but you eat curry all the time anyway.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Shots?
Andy says, as this
Oh,
is
it's not
whacked
told,
away
it's
by
told.
Miller. Told you it's
Thank
not
God.
going to be 10 off 10.
That was 6. That's so flat. That's a ball boy killer. That was so flat.
This is interesting now. Also, Stoinis is bowling. Good times for everyone.
This
Andy
is just like a BBL memorial game, isn't it?
It is a bit. Andy says, you guys said that you suspect that the IPL looks cleaner now, but would most of the fixing money be placed in black money markets in India? Yes and no. Everything seeps through to the legal markets is the best way I would put it. But Rob can explain it a lot better than I can.
If there was fixing, we would know about it. So somebody very senior, who's been in the betting game longer than I have, today contacted me, and we were talking about integrity of a different league, and he was saying, I was really surprised yesterday. I had some suspicions in the IPL game, and I went, no chance, absolutely no chance. And he said, well, riddle me this then. How come all this money suddenly appeared in the halfway through the third over of the second game? And I said, well, that's easy, because the first game overlapped with the second game. So all the syndicates switched their machines to the second game and started seeding the money, right? And put in all their inputs. And he said, yeah, but it was jumping around. Of course it was jumping around, because that pitch was not an easy one to know what it was, right? You would have had to have, it was doing all sorts, wasn't it, the pitch yesterday? So you'd have had to have the re-rates and all that.
I mean, we got it right, but we were lucky to get it right. Like, it wasn't like, you could kind of see that might happen, but we were taking a pretty big chance suggesting it was going to happen.
Yeah. Some people were throwing 66-1 winners out all over the place yesterday.
Okay, well, you were right with 66. I was right with 3.4. It's all the same.
It's all money. It's all winners. But yeah, I am very confident, and I am pretty qualified to talk about it, that the IPL is not fixed. And when it comes to the spot fixing, I am in a position where I would see it. I think I would definitely hear rumors, and I've heard nothing. The thing is, you have to remember how much these games are actually worth. It's a bit like Premier League football, right? There's so much money in it, and there might be tiny little things that go on that we don't know about. There's a couple of quite high-profile Premier League things where there's a guy that gets booked a lot, for example, and they've tracked certain things.
Was it Premier League? One of the first ones I had was you could bet on how quickly the ball went out of bounds, right?
Right. So that, and you could spread bet that, Jared.
Yeah.
As well. So there's a famous one where Matt Letizia, and going back, right, we're talking 30, 40 years ago, and bookies were dumb then just as they are now. Shots.
Miller just slices this away. Oh my God. Who is that out there? Is that Shedgay? He's slid on his ass for like 5 meters to try and field that.
It's a flamingo. It's gone straight. I thought if you hit the ball in the air, it was just 6. He's basically 2-footed the floor. like some sort of wrestling move. What's this?
It's like a fucking slip and slide.
He's going to take him out. Smash!
Oh my God. He just fell. I didn't realize he fell before he knew what was happening, and then he accidentally slid directly into the line of the ball.
That's amazing fielding, considering he was on his ass for all of it.
And is that a 4?
Great shot by Miller.
Yeah, next shot.
Miller's on one here. 22 off 13. Take that, Varun.
This could
Thank God for that.
This could get interesting, this game.
Okay, so just to explain one of the things that Rob was talking about there, the game at the moment here on Betfair has 131 million pounds on it. And the black market black market betting portals are linked to this market.
Yeah.
So if there was, and there's lots of different markets that we can look at, but we'll just look at the match market here for a moment. So we can actually tell when there's an anomaly going on in the Betfair market. We can tell if there's an anomaly because they're linked to each other, even though they're not actually linked to each other.
Yeah, I've seen how the black market stuff operates. I won't talk overly about it on this, but it is all very, very directly linked to this, and so are the run lines. And you just have people. Most of it's done on phones, so you have people in Telegram and WhatsApp, firing lines to each other. And the way the business is conducted is pretty much like WhatsApp messages between people. So it's like the line now is 184 or whatever it would be for this innings runs, and then people will go over 500, and the guy just goes thumbs up, and that's the bet or whatever. It's obviously not regulated or anything, but we would know. Whereas people say, well, why wouldn't they fix the side markets? The runs in over, and they call them fancy markets in India. The lower level ones, sure, but the fancy markets, the lower level ones, the runs in over and how people are going to get out and all that sort of stuff, the stuff I bet on, the limits are really, really low.
Yeah.
So if you want to bet in the IPL match winner, you could have 100k. If you're not that price sensitive, you have 100k between 1.32 and 1.3 now, right? In this Betfair market, and that's £100,000 sterling I'm on about. Whereas if I wanted to bet on the next over to be more than 9 runs or whatever, then I'll be lucky to get 500 quid on. So why on earth?
Whoa, Dwarshius comes in and gets launched by Akshar, who is just smoking the ball around here.
Well, that's the 12th over slog. So we always know that that's going to happen. We didn't tell you because it's obvious. The 12th over always goes for loads of runs. So that was 15 off that over. Now there will be an inexplicably slow over in the next one. What a shot, though. That probably the most out of form bat in the entire competition is playing a stunner here. So what is form, Jared Kimber? What is it?
What is form? What is life? What do you think of Madhov Tiwari?
I mean, that spell is inexplicable in lots of ways.
The wicket of Cooper Connolly might be the shortest ball I've ever seen get a wicket.
Yeah, he bowled it off his own toe, didn't he? Yeah. Basically, it was straight down.
And we use that phrase a lot. This was so close to his toe. It
was
so close to his toe.
Somebody's just walked off the field. Who's that? I have to rewind it. Gone into the dressing room, walked off the field. It's a Punjab player.
A spinner?
Shreyas. Shreyas has walked off the field and down to...
Stoinis. Stoinis is in charge by the look of it.
Oh, what can possibly go wrong if Stoinis is in charge?
Has he captained much? I can't think of him captaining much.
Did he for Stars?
Not when Maxwell would have been captain, Hanscom would have been captain, so it wouldn't have been Stoinis, would it?
I don't know. Feels like he was captain recently.
I'm sure he's captained, but
yeah,
I could probably. If only I had one of the world's best databases in front of me as Yash Thakur almost gets a bowled there.
I mean, this partnership can't have happened. I've watched it, but I don't believe it. They're 65 off 36, these two. Miller, who is always 10 off 10 or 12 off 10, and Aksar, who hasn't scored a run at strike rate 70 in the whole competition. They're just gunning it everywhere. This match is an utter mystery to me.
Stoinis has played 375 T20 games.
I reckon he's captained in 23 of them. Do you know?
Yeah, I will when it ever comes up.
Aksar
Oh!
has not hit that? Has not hit that.
No, you're wrong.
How many is it?
24.
Not bad. I'll take it.
I would have probably said 13, I think, if you'd asked me. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, a little bit for the Stars. So there's a 2023-24 season for the Stars. A little bit of Major League Cricket. And
Okay.
mostly for the Stars. Yeah, so it's later, since I've stopped paying any attention to my old team.
I don't watch that Major League Cricket, I have to be honest. Is that a really
You
good
don't
bit of
stay up
cricket?
until 2 in the morning.
I mean, I do, but I'm watching episodes of Cheers and repeats of Bullseye. I'm not watching bloody cricket. That's my time.
Do you still watch Bullseye?
Yeah, I probably watch. I don't want to exaggerate because I always exaggerate. I reckon
I've literally never not exaggerated.
an average of 2 episodes of Bullseye per week of my life. An average.
That's not too bad.
No. Whereas Cheers, I'm full on, at least one a day of Cheers.
Oh.
I love that show, man. It's so good.
Good save down on the boundary there. So they need 95 off 45. Definitely within wheelhouses as Akshar comes down, and this is fumbled by the keeper, and that's gone for 5 runs. Why did Prab go with one hand there?
5 wide. Well, they've got together before this game and said the wicket keepers aren't allowed to stop anything. They're just not allowed to play. I don't know whether that was miles over him or he just. I think he may.
No,
have
it hit his hand.
Did he jump like half an hour before the ball got to him, or what?
Well, he had to hit his hand to change direction, didn't it?
No, hit his hand. All right, let's see. It did as well. All right,
that was a lazy effort.
They've just colluded. Him and KL have just had a competition to see who can let the most byes and wides past him. Because it is loads today have gone behind the wicket. There was a really bad one off. Whose first ball was it? It was Tiwari's first ball, wasn't it? That KL let go through his legs for 4 byes earlier on.
Delhi's like 3 or 4 balls away from being favourites here.
Yeah, it's a stunner of a comeback because, I mean, the market did not know what to do earlier. It was as confused as I was. That run line went to 250, the Punjab run line, 250. And they were only 5 down and smoking it at the end, and they ended up 40 lower than that. And they have been 1.07 in this chase. 1.07, and it's now 1.63. So this could go all the way again. Bearing in mind one of the wickets was a silly run out.
So Yash has gone for 131 of 2.4. He hits a slow ball, punched away. Rob, can you be an agony aunt for a moment here?
Yeah, that's what I'm best at.
SRT says, I've been depressed for a while and I watch you guys daily for 4 hours to distract myself from life. Any tips on how to get better? Sorry if too serious. First thing I would say is depression is generally a chemical imbalance. So it's worth actually getting proper professional help. Most depression is that you actually have to deal. What are you doing?
Just trying to
Drink
think.
more squash apparently is the answer, as this one is flicked out of the leg side for 1.
Yeah, I must start that answer by saying I'm absolutely not qualified to answer that question. So,
oh, you are a psychiatrist, though, aren't you, Dr.
Well,
Barrett?
I mean, people do pay me to talk to them, but that's an entirely different thing.
That's called OnlyFans.
I think, I think, yeah, like get a pro to help is probably the advice. But when it comes to distracting, like, yeah, I distract myself constantly because of the ADD or ADHD riddled brain. They're changing the ball here, by the way, everyone. The suitcase is on my screen. Gaming's quite a good way of distracting yourself.
I honestly think I think that I don't want to go as far as say the secret of life, but there is a certain element of which what you have to do in your life is find something that you are good at and then just do it and accept that everything else will happen the way that everything else happens. And as long as you can get joy from the doing of the thing, whatever that may be. So for Rob, it's betting. For me, it's writing. It could be knitting. It could be doing, I can't tell you who this is, but there's a very, maybe not very, there's a well-known cricketer who for years, and I don't know if he still does this, would do cover songs of famous songs and put them up on YouTube, but with his face cut out.
Nice.
And he did it. He did this for years. I don't know if he still does it, to be fair, but he did this for years. And it was like, I think it was just he was like he's a really good singer, and people would put all these comments up being like, if you did an album or whatever, we would listen and we would, pay you. Like, he was really brilliant at what he did, this guy. And it's just like, I think that's kind of the hack of life, is finding the thing that brings you joy from doing it. Don't expect a good result from it. Just enjoy doing it. So I become a professional writer at 27, 28. And between 20 and 28, I probably wrote 2 or 3 million words. None of them ever got published. But I enjoyed it. And then I eventually found a way to make money off it. But even if I hadn't, I'd still be writing now.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I think in just having as much fun as possible, not taking anything too seriously. But don't take life too seriously, because we don't get out alive and all that. But yeah, do something you like all the time.
Speak for yourself. Pretty sure I am.
Are you going to be immortal? I'm going to live to about 150. I reckon that'll be enough.
Yeah, I've seen your diet. I can't imagine you won't.
I'm so disconnected from young people that I think if I went too much past 150, I just wouldn't be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah, you would actually struggle. You're just not down with the kids the way I am.
No, I'm not. I mean,
do you know who's down with the kids? People who use the phrase "down with the kids."
Yeah,
and this is short and wide and
wide. Lots of wide today. How many wides we had today? It's a lot. 11 in the first innings felt like more.
I love the fact that Stoinis has brought himself on. I know he hasn't, because it was obviously part of the plan. He was going to bowl on this wicket, but dot wide from Stoinis.
Jared, they've bowled 16 wides in this innings, and we're in the 14th over.
Is there 2 5 wides or 1 5 wides?
I think 1.
Oh, this is flopped by Akshar, but there's no one there. He finds the gap, and that's another 4.
This game is back on. They have Ashutosh waiting, who they subbed in. I don't know enough about Tiwari's batting. He's only had one go, and I've got the feeling he might be better with the bat than with the ball, but I have nothing to back that up. Yeah, I don't have any numbers on him.
There are no numbers on him.
A lower middle order batter and handy medium fast bowler. That's a cop out, isn't it? That's an AI thing. He's been part of the Bhopal Leopards in the Madhya Pradesh Premier League in the last 2 seasons, but nobody knows how many runs he scored. So if you know how good he is, tell Jared in the chat and he'll read it out.
This is hit down the ground towards long. He found the gap again, Akshar.
A remarkable 50 from a man in 0 form. Remarkable 50. This is basically Krunal yesterday, isn't it? He's Krunaling here. And it's not a million miles away from a 50-50 game. If he pops one out the ground at the end of this over, it will be a 50-50 game.
Yeah. I think they become favourites if he whacks one of these last 2 for 6.
Right. How are you juggling the bowlers here? Just quietly, Jared, we have had 0 overs.
Oh, this is slashed in the air, and it's 4 again. Could have been caught. This has been a tinny ass over, because he hasn't timed the last 3 at all, and he's just managed to get each of them into a gap, and not just find a gap, but then also get the boundary.
He can't continue being this lucky, can he?
I mean, I have, so I'm assuming other people can.
We've had 0 overs of spin in this game. Has that happened in a proper full game before? 0?
Yeah, a 49 not out was an innings. I don't know.
Proper game, full game.
That is a full game.
No, you know what I mean. 20 overs against
Then
20 overs.
we don't believe so, but we're not 100% sure. It's not an easy thing to look up. Oh, this is up in here. This has to be caught this time. It has to be caught. It has to be caught, and it is.
Stoinis, the partnership. Well, he couldn't continue being that lucky because none of his previous any of the shots in this over could have got him out, couldn't they? Yeah. And the Big Bash conglomerate combine. Stoin doing his usual chewing gum posing is caught by another mustachioed man in the deep. Lots of mustaches on the field today. Why is that?
I don't know.
Aksar's got one. Stubbs had one. Marco. Dwarsh. Connolly rocking one at the moment?
No, I don't think so, is he?
Shreyas.
Shreyas is more sculptured stubble, isn't it?
Maybe. I've never just had moustache, other than for some stupid cricket do where we all did one night and we all looked very bad.
Tam of the Woods
Smash a tosh.
Yeah, smash a tosh. Says Jared, it was Ray Bradley who said, write 1,000 words a day, a short story every week, and after a year you'll start to write some okay stories. To be fair, I don't think my writing got that much better between 20 and 28. It's just that I didn't know anyone to get it published, and my writing style was a bit, as it is, a little bit different than other people's, and so people didn't quite get it, and it was only when it got an audience online that everyone went, oh, this guy must be good at something. Didn't change all that much. But the period where my writing got really good was probably 2008 to 2011. And that's because I became professional and I had to think about what I was doing, not just write. There you go. When did you get, how long did it take you to get good at betting? And do you think you were always a little bit good at betting?
So when I started, I was absolutely terrible. But I did know that I had to find angles. So when I started, I was looking for angles, but I was looking in the wrong places and I was finding the wrong ones, right? And I talked to people that I thought were good at gambling and I now know were shit at gambling. And so I got lots of terrible advice. So when I started, I really had to siphon out a lot of shit to find the right path. And there is no substitute for doing it on your own and working it out by yourself. And as you said, you've got to do something you enjoy. And I love cricket, so it's like, right, let's do cricket. Because you can't. I know I know two people that are really good at betting on multiple sports. It's so hard to do. You need a brain that is like 0.001%, right? To be able to be good at betting on multiple sports. So yeah, got to specialize, and I went with cricket. But I don't know. It probably took me 3 years to get good, to get like consistently profitable. And then when I was pro, my first year where it was my only source of money, I was very loose in terms of staking plan and was regularly drinking. So to kind of to juggle being, full-time booze hound with winning money gambling.
Great ball from Marshdeep here.
Was tough. He's bowling out, by the way, in the 15th, which doesn't happen very often. That was difficult, but yeah, it was it somehow managed to keep my wits about me to make it pay. But I think I got a bit lucky a few times in my first sort of 2 or 3 years. But I didn't care if I went broke because I could have always gone back and got a job, couldn't I? But I kind of put it all on the line a few times in that first couple of years, and that's really dangerous. You shouldn't be doing that. And I probably didn't start with a big enough tank to have a go, but I did. I went for it anyway. I think I had 20 grand. And I was like, and at the time it felt like an absolute fortune, 20 grand. But when you're like paying rent and bills and all the rest of it, you have to win like at least 3 every month to be flat.
To be fair, you were in the north though.
No, I wasn't. I was in London, mate.
Oh, okay.
I was living in
real
South,
bills.
I was living in South London, which was really stupid.
Where did you live in South London? Clapham.
I lived in Putney and then Wandsworth. Yeah, and that was ridiculous.
So just to let you all know, if he lived in Wandsworth, probably in the prison. As this is outside off stump, and he takes a huge swing at this, Miller, and he misses it.
Guess who lived? I think Kevin Peterson lived in the building opposite.
Did he?
And and a non-famous. So we lived on the, I don't know, let's say the 14th floor of this place in Wandsworth, and the above us was the penthouse. And guess which famous Australian, who probably isn't famous in Australia, guess who lived in the penthouse above us? There was only one level above us. A lady.
Edna Everage.
A lady, so you're close, because Dame Edna Everage is famously a lady.
Swipe across the line again here. Famous. I don't know. Is it like Danny Minogue? It's Danny Minogue. I know this.
Hell, how have you got that right?
No, you told me before.
All right. Jesus. If you pull that one out, I'll just go home. I must have told you that before. Yeah, Danny Minogue used to live upstairs.
I think you have. I think you did. If not, there is something wrong with our relationship that I can actually see into the future.
Honestly, I feel a bit strange. I was just about to log off and go home.
I don't remember you ever telling me KP lived across the road.
Yeah, he was about.
But also, once you said it was someone who's famous in England, who's not that famous in Australia, Danny Minogue is probably at the top of that list.
There's quite a few Aussies like that, though, aren't there?
No, there's quite a few men. I don't think there's many women.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
There's a lot of men. There's you have like big radio hosts. Clive, what was his name? Clive
James.
Clive James is not very famous in Australia.
Quite a good writer, Clive James.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not. He's certainly not a household name in Australia. The way we know he's Australian, but it's not.
Rolf Harris.
Rolf Harris was really famous in Australia,
was he?
And then moved to England. Got really famous in England and wasn't as famous in Australia anymore just because he wasn't around. And then we decided he was English a couple of years ago. I don't know why.
I mean, he was on everything when I was growing up, Rolf Harris. And another extraordinarily bad man was on the other half of everything.
I just listened to like a 4-part documentary podcast series on Jimmy Savile. And this is whacked away for 4. And I had no idea, Rob. Right?
What about the necrophilia as much as anything else? Like,
I had no idea. Like, so I knew I knew it was bad, but I kind of felt like he was hanging around with rock stars, and he was doing what rock stars were doing, and then he kept it going a little bit longer than he should have, right? And then there was some of the weird stuff with the hospitals at the end. I didn't realize he was like starting hospitals to molest people, like. Yeah. My God, like he had such a system in place.
And getting genuine royalty.
Yeah, and getting the knighthood. And the first time he applied for the knighthood, Thatcher tried to get him the knighthood, and they literally went back and said, we can't give it to him because we're afraid he's going to use it for bad reasons. And then they still gave him the knighthood.
Yeah.
Like everyone knew what he was doing. And there's all these clips of him saying things on air about, oh, you know me, if there's 2 teenage girls there to hang out with, I'll be there. What? He would do events in towns, and he would say, "I need your 5 youngest your 5 prettiest teenage girls to stay in a tent with me overnight." My God.
Yeah,
he had a room in the hospital, and he had a room in one of the girls' schools or children's schools or whatever he was.
It's utterly appalling that he was doing it all in plain sight and being waved through by royalty and members of parliament and stuff. Which is why I just don't trust anybody in any kind of authority.
Abbas says, behind the bastard shout out. It was behind the bastards. I've only just found out about this podcast recently, Rob, and I am absolutely obsessed. I just heard the P. Diddy one, and as you know, I have a relationship with P. Diddy, so
yes,
I was very fascinated in that. This was hit for 6, good hit here. But anyone who likes a comedy podcast about the worst people in the history of mankind, and they don't fuck around on this podcast either. It is a brilliant show. I'm a big fan. I don't know how I never heard of this podcast before. I
want to tell people about my absolute favorite podcast, but I'm going to have to find it. But it's 2 Americans, 2 American guys talking about what's like true crime type stuff. And I don't care about true crime. My wife is obsessed with it. I don't care. But for some reason, they decided to talk about an English dart player from like the 90s called Chris Mason, who had a dispute about his ex-girlfriend's dog with somebody and went round and battered him with a hammer.
We've all been there.
And we've all had arguments. And this podcast is these 2 American guys just talking about Chris Mason and how stupid the sport of darts is and how ridiculous it is that all this stuff happened. But the way they do it, like I don't often cry with laughter in just my own company. But I was on the floor. It's so funny, man.
Deepak, you might just need to fix your headphones. There's something we can hear ourselves coming back to ourselves. As this is up in the air and
misfielded.
4 runs. Chahal.
To be fair, he has done a catch today, so we can't expect him to stop that.
We might just need to mute. We might need to mute Deepak until he's worked out the headphones, everyone, because it's impossible for us to listen to it.
Headphones?
Have we got a producer that can just kick Deepak out for a minute? Wait, it's working. Is it working?
Jared, look at the StreamYard chat. Imagine that Deepak's just sat down and read that message and nothing else.
Oh my god, I forgot about all that.
All right, so is there any? Hi, Rob.
Wait,
is there any disturbance on my end?
Yeah, it was on your end, but it seems to have gone away, mate.
Okay. So
we were just talking about necrophilia and pedophiles, Deepak.
You're not finding this match interesting enough. Like
we were, but
really good game.
We still ended up in a weird loop. It is me and Rob. Rudra says, for associate nations with little funding, does Olympics realistically open the doors to government sports funding, or is that an overly optimistic assumption? No, it definitely does. The problem at the moment is that it's only a couple of teams, and those are the teams who don't need any funding. Where it may actually come in the short term is, interestingly enough, via women's cricket, but maybe even more fascinating is disabled cricket. There's a huge problem with disability cricket and it has been for a very long time. There are like multiple boards who claim it. There are some countries like some kinds of disability cricket and some countries like other kinds of disability cricket. So it could make a big change. But yeah, I don't think anything's going to happen massively. And Brut says, do you think there's a result in the Bangladesh-Pakistan test? It's unlikely now, isn't it?
Let me see.
They're 150 runs ahead with 1 day's play left. Oh. And Rob's gone.
Chahal is playing this match, right?
Yes.
So he's in the 11, right? Otherwise, he won't be
professional fielder.
Yeah. Hasn't bowled a ball.
Well, they didn't bowl any spin in the first innings either.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was with their captain. He's a spinner.
So I think like first time maybe in the history of IPL, we're about to have a match where I don't think so we might get a spin over at all.
No, I suppose, though, now that the chase is getting a bit more interesting, you might find that they try Chahal. Actually, they may not with Miller out there, but they might try Chahal for an over or something at a certain point just because, they've now... Are they ahead in the chase, according to the market? Let's look at the market.
So can we officially say that Marco Jansen is horribly out of form? That he couldn't even make the use of this pitch?
We put up his graph before. It's a shame you weren't here for this, but we'll get Varun to send it to you. His pitch map this year, Deepak, looks like he vomited in various different directions. He looked like he was vomiting and then someone tackled him. Just little chunks here and there.
Oh boy. Like, considering the fact that this was the pitch tailor-made for him, like he should be...
Yeah, I know. He bowled like 2 good balls in the first 2 overs. Everything else was everywhere. I was just telling Deepak that Marco Jansen's pitch map this year looks like he vomited and then someone tackled him.
Seriously, because
that's exactly what it was. This
was the pitch he should have like kind of, I think, eaten the batters for fun, like, right? That's the kind of pitch you want Marco Jansen to be bowling. The left armour, uneven bounce, seam, swing, everything. So like a tailor-made kind of a pitch for him, and he ends up like kind of giving away 45 runs in 4 overs without taking a wicket.
Yeah.
And this ball's been whacked for 6, and Delhi are favourites for the first time today.
That is mental, that shot.
Great shot.
And like, based on the match, like, where did Punjab actually falter in the bowling plans? Like, is it like, because they were ahead, massively ahead, right?
And they got the bonus run out.
Yeah, and they got a bonus run out also. And still they...
I don't think we've seen as much of the chaotic bounce towards the end of this innings that we did in the last one.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I've been very confused by this pitch, though. But Miller...
is this another 6?
This is slot bowling.
That's a bad ball.
That's a very, very bad
ball. So Dwashers for Bartlett and Ferguson.
That's
I think Ferguson.
Dorshis is about to bring up his 50, guys.
And I think, like, to be honest, in all fairness, I think like Ferguson actually had a good game last time, right? Even though he went for 41, but he was unlucky and he was bowling well.
Do you know who would have been good on this pitch? Lockie Ferguson.
Yeah, exactly.
Second time they haven't picked Lockie on a pitch that looked like it was made for him.
Do you know who also would have been good on this pitch? Patham Nasanka.
Well, what about
Little guys love bounce, right?
Because
Yes.
that's
This could be out. He slugged this
could be
across the
out.
line. It's straight up in the air.
Finally,
Oh, it's got to be dropped. It's got to be dropped.
Oh
It's not.
my god! He
Travis
caught it.
caught it.
has managed to catch it, guys. So, like, the high altitude.
That stayed up a
long.
long time, didn't it?
Yes, exactly. And then it comes down pretty quickly because of the height. So it's not an easy catch to grab. And certain times you also see the ball coming down wobbling. So I think it is a difficult catch to.
Delhi are no longer favourites, but I can tell you guys this as well. We have now had approximately $1.5 billion bet on the match result of this game.
$1.5 billion. And that's only the legal markets, right?
No, legal is 150 million. So we know it's roughly 10x that.
So just before that ball, they got out to 3.8. That's I think maybe 3.9. So that is a 26%-ish chance to win this game. And on that one good catch you got to give the man credit. That was a good catch because
eventually,
he's let everything go through him and past him and everything. They're now 59% to win the game. So that is huge. And this is 60% as I'm talking. That is what catches do, right? If you catch the ball when you should do, you're more likely to win the game.
You should try and catch the ball.
I should try.
I am an advocate for catching the ball. I maintain my...
You've never mentioned it before.
I maintain my stance. You should always try and catch it.
Oh,
another
seems
4.
like-
Now, Delhi are favourites again. This game is off the hook. I have no idea what the result of this game is going to be.
Crazy.
Yesterday, I was very, very full on of like, this game's going down to the end. I'm reading this pitch perfectly. I have fuck all idea what is going to happen.
But like Madhav Diwari is a very good bat. Like he has just scored 100 in Madhya Pradesh Premier
This
League
is what we want to know. We're trying to get this information.
Can he score quickly though, Deepak? Can he whack?
He's a proper hitter. He scored a very brisk 100 in Madhya Pradesh Premier League last year, if I remember correctly. And I'm
not taking a piss at all, but that does sound like a Premier League I could make runs in.
Like Aniket
like
Verma
what
made a
level
name.
of cricket are we talking about here?
Because like Aniket Verma made a name from that league, and we
Okay,
saw that he
fair
was
enough.
able to translate that. So, and having said that, I was pretty hopeful of him getting a game last year also. Like I think he got one game at max, but he's a genuine all rounder, a genuine all rounder.
Well, he did bowl a ball off his toe today. Anyway, Smasher Tosh is facing. There could be an edge on this. There's not. He comes down and tries to slog that. So Dwarshis is gone for 3 overs for... Can someone help me here? 3 overs for... They took it
51.
off.
4 overs for
4
51.
overs,
overs
sorry, for 51. 1 for 51.
Well, you have to back the tie at 16-1, don't you, here?
Yeah. That's kind of what I was...
It's a
hinting at.
50-50 game, right? Pretty much. The market is
like-
all over the place. None of us can work out what this pitch is doing, Deepak. It's confused me the whole day. Why has no one bowled 1 over of spin just to see? Nobody.
I mean, you do make a good point.
Yeah, maybe now we might see one.
No way. You're not going to do it now, are you?
That's a high.
I thought with
because like,
Miller not out there, maybe you could try. No?
yeah, because you can still fancy spin against Ashutosh, right? Because he's one guy who loves space.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, I mean,
Who are you throwing the ball to now then? Chahal.
I wouldn't have given it to Marcus Stoinis.
Me neither.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yes,
Because
me
basically, it's...
I mean,
Stoinis has 2 and Yastakor has 1 here, right? That's,
Yes.
that's pace options.
the one thing I would say about Stoinis in this situation, although I would never have given him this over because I don't think the numbers don't work out if he bowls this over.
too. No, it works out because he bowled the last over also there because he has 2 overs to go.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
will bowl the 9th.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right.
It goes Stoin, Yastakor, Stoin if you're not bowling any spin.
And this is hit down the ground and past mid on or long on for 4. Okay. The one thing I would say is he has a very good chance of being a 1 for 15. And they probably only need one more wicket, don't they?
Yes.
But there's
ideally,
also a big chance of a none for 25.
Yes.
So Yash Thakur came in for who? Oh, Shashank. Fair enough. Fair enough. You can't.
He had an easy day. Padded up. He spent more time padding up than he did playing cricket.
Yeah, first one, but at least he didn't drop any catches. This
is up in the air. It's high. It should be 6, I think. 6. It is 6.
Yes, easily
of course.
6.
Because if you hit the ball in the air here with the 0 altitude,
yeah,
not the 0 altitude, the million altitude, it just flies, man.
You've got to bowl shorter than this if you're Stoinis, though, right? You can't bowl back of a length on this wicket.
I'm, to be honest, not able to understand the stuff.
Well, not even back of the length. It's just length.
Yeah, this is like bizarre.
That's a good shot, then.
Bizarre.
So Chahal, when you have one of the best wicket takers in the history of the IPL in your team and he doesn't bowl a ball and you're watching Stoinis getting absolutely smoked, having just had his compatriot get absolutely smoked everywhere as well, it reeks of like not really understanding the game, doesn't it?
Exactly. That's what I'm
You're banking on Stoinis bowling 18 and 20. You're banking on that. That's what your tactic is. And
you've done it for the second time. In the last match also, they didn't bowl Chahal, right? In that match against...
Oh, this should be a run out. Oh, it just took too long to work out what he was doing there, Stoinis. It wasn't a good run. He pushed that straight towards short cover, but Stoinis was always going to get to that easily. But I think he just got on the wrong side of the ball. He needed to run around behind it and throw it in one motion.
Like, to be honest, like I know, like what the kind of feeling I'm getting, like what Punjab thought that they have kind of finished this match and they just wanted to finish it quickly. That's where they ended up bowling their best bowlers, and like they just felt that they were just in with a chance to close the match there itself. So they didn't expect it to go to that. To go to the wire, I would say that's where they missed the whole trick.
Oh, this is a big slog across the line. He didn't get all of it. Just gets enough. It's just over the top for 6. Whoops.
Bad ball. Right in the slot. Allows the arms to get freed and slogged over the leg side.
So like
surely on this pitch, surely bouncer Stoinis is all you want.
Yeah, because you just have to get the elevation and let the air do the work. Because maybe that's caught on the rope in every other ground, but we're in the field, aren't we?
Hey, I wouldn't mind if they would have given this over to Chahal and he would have gone for 18 runs. To be honest, like with Stoinis, it's like as if the writing is just on the wall. You would know that this is going to happen. So
he's in charge, isn't he? Because Shreyas isn't out there.
No, Shreyas is captaining, right?
Shreyas is off the field, unless he's come back on.
No, he's off the field, yeah. He went off the field.
I think they were showing the close-ups of him now.
So he might have come back on, but he wasn't on the field. I haven't seen him
go off. So now I would bowl Chahal now.
Yeah.
Because you have to go up the volatility, right? You have to.
You have to.
What did that over go for, everyone?
19.
19. Okay. And didn't get the wicket. At least if he gets the wicket, it keeps him in it, but not getting the wicket is huge there.
That's a match losing over right there. So they've gone. So Dorcius got smoked for 17, but at least he got Miller. And Stoinis is not as good at bowling what Dorcius bowls. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah. So why is he fair? Over 18, right? So what? It doesn't make any sense. So now they're bowling Yash, which doesn't make any sense to me either. And they will probably throw the ball to Chahal if he's even needed, right? Because this could easily go for 17. It feels like we absolutely can't bowl spin on this pitch has been decided and not rethought.
I do wonder, though, if the two Akshar and Miller being together meant that the earlier over of Chahal that they would have bowled just wasn't bowled.
Yes. Matchup thing.
Cricinfo says, DC favourites now, question mark. They're 1.15, Cricinfo.
I think they're favourites, yeah.
They are.
They only need 17 off 2 overs.
They are 87%. Thank you. So, yes, they are favourites.
Cricinfo says they're 82% favourite to win this match.
This is going to be okay, so Shreyas is definitely back out there now, yeah.
Yeah,
this is going to be their 4th loss in a row. right?
You said, Jared, to give you
Yes.
some credit that all they've got to do is play good teams, and we'll soon find out.
Dot ball.
Dot ball had a swing and a miss, and he did step across, so it isn't a wide.
17 off 11.
Ashutosh is your finisher here. The thing that kills them is dots, isn't it? Right. So if he goes dot out, then and Ashutosh is at the other end, then we've got a game again.
But in the all fairness, I think it's like scored 13 of 6, so I would still be fine with that.
Yeah, it's been.
But what we're saying is you want Ashutosh to be facing his more of the balls
exactly.
here. Slow ball, guided. 4. Oh, I say slow ball. It wasn't slow. It flew off the bat, and it looked like he was gripping it for the slow ball, then bowled the surprise faster ball. And he's guided that. There's a fielder down on the boundary who was there and didn't stop it.
That just came exactly off the middle. And it flies here, doesn't it? Any sort of air. And it just carries like an extra 2 or 3 yards on what you think it's going to. And Connolly had no chance there.
Nah, no fielder could stop that. That was incredible. It was so fast off the bat. Ginded says, I love the business end of the IPL. 3 great games in a row now. I mean, to be fair, there was lots of shit games in this tournament. I don't think the business end has changed it. It's just we've got some fascinating games, and they're going to get a single here. Yeah,
this has been a really good game, and the Mumbai one yesterday was brilliant. But it's pitches that are doing things that make the games interesting, don't they?
Yeah.
And this has been, I reckon, the air genuinely has added about 15 runs a team. There's also something in the air that is making people bowl wides, and both wicket keepers have been letting every ball go past them, right? So this hasn't been like a 200 plays 200 normally, if you know what I mean. They've been donating 20 runs each to each other, these two teams. 17 wides this innings. 17.
Yes.
Smash
Short,
it off.
slashed, and going to be 6. There's 2 men back on the offside. It doesn't matter, and that is the game. I mean, not actually, but morally.
And I think now it will be tough for Punjab to make a comeback, right? Surely not the top 2.
They may not make the finals, mate.
Yeah.
Who do they play from here? They play
Mumbai.
They play Mumbai and then RCB.
Yes, the tough games.
They're still a game behind everyone else. I know today they catch up, but they've still got 3 more games. Oh, this is up in the air. This could be caught. This should be caught.
And
it is caught. Okay. 6 off 8 required with a new batter to face the last ball. So whoever comes out now gets a free hit. Do you send out Stark or Akib?
How good is Nabi at hitting?
Yeah, he's
he
good.
can bat,
He's
can't he?
good. He can bat.
But who's more likely to hit a 6 first ball, him or Stark?
Oh,
That's the question. It's not how good you are at batting. It's specifically that
Akib.
question. Okay, he's going Akib. Oh, Rob's betting.
I would go Nabi here. The thing that's annoyed me there, right, is I've got a load of money on Arshdeep to get the most wickets for this team today. And the only way that loses is if the last 2 balls of this over are wicket. And we've now had Ashutosh, and this kind of should be a wicket almost, this ball. Do you know what I mean? Because he has to have the full mo. He might as well.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. This is a free hit.
Yeah.
Just go and try and hit it for 6.
So the wicket percentage of this ball is really, really high. And
you've still got Stark to come. Do you have anyone else? Where are we here?
No, I mean, if this is a wicket, I'm dead.
Oh, no, I know that. I don't care about you. I'm talking about the cricket. Yeah, then you got Ngidi. Okay, so you get a free swing here with Stark as the backup. He's got a strike rate of 200 in the IPL so far. He's 4 off 2 balls.
A single here, and then Chahal comes on, and some more fun can happen. Just don't get out, Nabi.
And, it's a full toss on the hip! And he might have won the game. Well, he hasn't, but it's 4 runs. What a shithouse ball. And it's a no ball. He has won the game.
Well bowled.
It's not going to be a tie now, is it?
Yeah, I'll hop onto the...
You fucking hop, you magnificent beast, you. Oh, what a shithouse ball.
That is dreadful. That is absolutely dreadful.
He's just shoveled that around the corner. 2
Yeah,
bouts.
I think the
1 bounce 4.
Yes. Cheers, guy.
Cheers, man.
See you, mate.
I played in a game, I think it was last year, Rob, and a guy bowled a ball like that down the leg side to me, and I played that shot, and someone else on the field said, "Oh, great shot," and I went, "If I don't hit that for 4, I should fucking kill myself."
What a lovely ball to get when you've basically got a free hit, and now he's actually got a free hit. He's real life got a free hit now, and this is the game, isn't it?
And
Full
he
toss.
smashed this down the gun. That's a lovely hit.
So he's 10 off 1.
No. What is he in his career? I think he's 14 runs off 4 balls in his career, isn't he?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
And that's the game. They didn't even need the last over. Thanks, Marcus.
So, yeah, Chahal bowls 0 balls, one of the highest wicket takers in IPL history, bowls 0 balls, and they lose with an over to spare. That seems like a bad use of resources, Punjab.
Wow. What a
interesting is the
weird
case
game.
now.
The pitch definitely changed a little bit, to be fair, but there's some pretty poor cricket played. Lots of wides, perhaps too many wides, and Punjab have lost. And Delhi have finally played the kind of game that Delhi should have played when they were still a chance of making the finals.
Yeah, that was pretty expert chase, having lost both the openers for nothing. Punjab have lost 3 in a row, and their next 2 games are Mumbai and RCB.
Yep.
And they're now 4th in the table. Weird, strange old season this.
Strange old season. Thank you very much for everyone who's been here today, including Varun and Deepak and Rob. We will be back in about 2 minutes for a podcast, Rob.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll be back in 2 minutes for a podcast. Thank you to everyone. But Delhi has won this game with 6 balls remaining. It was a fascinating, fun game of cricket. But if you're a Punjab fan, you don't like any of it. We'll see you in a couple of minutes for the podcast. Combox. The game lives on.